We've moved security from 112 to 119 million. We've moved youth and sports from 4.7 million to 7.1 million, and that does not include the money at NLA. We've moved equity from 54 million to 62 million, and we've moved agriculture from 25 million to 28 million. Mr. Speaker, this is where the money has gone. We have not backed down from our responsibilities to the people of this country, and nor we ever will, because we have an ambition to build a new St. Lucia for everyone in this country.
What separates us is our ability to recognize your needs and to work towards addressing them. Providing opportunities, dreaming big, and delivering bigger. What separates us is passionate representation, meticulous guarding of our social and economic indicators, and working with and for you during the most trying time in recorded history. What separates us is a cabinet guided by God for the protection, progress, and prosperity of our St. Lucia. The United Workers' Party. Let's keep working.
My MP said that we would have a new wellness center. Here we are. It's almost finished.
My community said we needed a new wing to our secondary school. And my MP said yes.
My sister said she needed help to find a job, so my MP created a job fair.
Our athlete said we needed better sporting facilities.
A new early childhood development center.
My neighbors said.
My sister said.
The children said.
Community said.
Roads and a new park. And my MP said.
Yes.
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 Of course.
Nous toutes, c'est yon famille en mi coup de nord. And nous continuer pour faire progrès avec Antigale.
Hello everyone, I'm Norbert Williams, right here on Sky FM 93.1. Join me Monday to Friday, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. for the morning edition of Keeping It Real. And on Tuesdays and Fridays, Minerva Ward joining me from Canada, right near the North Pole. Although it's cold over there, it's gonna be hot in here. Don't you forget, Monday to Friday, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. on GVD TV and streaming live on Facebook. Don't you miss it.
I have every intention to assist in whatever way, in whatever capacity, in wherever I can for the advancement of the people of Beaufort North. I couldn't believe Beaufort North in 2021 still have households that do not have pipeline water. But as the current government under the United Workers' Party, they did everything they could to get pipeline water for the people of Foncapesh. And now that the people of Foncapesh are enjoying this precious commodity, as we say, water is life, and that is a success story. And kudos to the government, the people of Foncapesh, and by extension Beaufort North, they are extremely happy.
So when we talk about members on the opposite side wanting to do some kind of audit, I have to say to you, your march would be a great place to begin. What was the purpose of that? I mean, did you not know that despite the fact that we were going off a state of emergency, that the whole region was still in a state of alert? And that this anxiousness to go out and show people that, I think, what was it called? The greatest march ever in the history of St. Lucia. So it was never about the people, it was always about yourselves.
Bienvenue à Sky FM 93.1 et puis Dr. Sigwe lundi pour vendredi. Ça c'est 4h30 pour 8h au soir. Côté Dr. Sigwe ka encore nous. Côté nous ka discuter qui ça qui ka fait en pays. Nous aussi à sur Facebook et puis channel 115. Ça c'est DVD TV. Join-moi lundi pour vendredi à sur Sky FM 93.1 et puis Dr. Sigwe encore nous.
Hello, welcome to the program Champagne in the Morning with yours truly, your favorite guy, Champagne. Join me here every morning from 8 a.m. until 12 noon. We also live on GVD channel 115 and live stream on the internet. Join me as we discuss all of the current events of our beautiful country and around the world. You too could get into the program by calling in 456-0931 or 485-0931. Thank you for tuning in. Join me 8 a.m. to 12 noon.
It is with much thanks and effort that we are here today to make this valuable donation to the fishermen of Ancillary. There are some over 30 boat owners in this community, and fishing, no doubt, is a very, very big part of the livelihood of the people of Ancillary. I want to, on behalf of the government of St. Lucia, and myself, I want to donate this to the fishermen of Ancillary, and I am very happy, and I hope that you guys will put this into very good use.
On behalf of the Ancillary Fat Fishers, I would like to say thank you to Mr. Dominic Fede for providing us with a timely donation of the ropes we have here.
I want to say thank you to the minister for donating us that rope for the fad, and that's going to bring a little income during the COVID time. And I want to say thanks a lot again.
So when we talk about members on the opposite side wanting to do some kind of audit, I have to say to you, your march would be a great place to begin. What was the purpose of that? I mean, did you not know that despite the fact that we were going off a state of emergency, that the whole region was still in a state of alert? And that this anxiousness to go out and show people that, I think, what was it called? The greatest march ever in the history of St. Lucia. So it was never about the people, it was always about yourselves.
Well, Fortuna Belrose, I don't have no problem with her. I think she's the right person in that time for the right job and to do the right thing, what we always wanted.
We've moved security from 112 to 119 million. We've moved youth and sports from 4.7 million to 7.1 million, and that does not include the money at NLA. We've moved equity from 54 million to 62 million, and we've moved agriculture from 25 million to 28 million. Mr. Speaker, this is where the money has gone. We have not backed down from our responsibilities to the people of this country, and nor we ever will, because we have an ambition to build a new St. Lucia for everyone in this country.
MP said that we would have a new wellness center. Here we are. It's almost finished.
My community said we needed a new wing to our secondary school, and my MP said yes.
My sister said she needed help to find a job, so my MP created a job fair.
Our athlete said we needed better sporting facilities.
A new early childhood development center.
My neighbors said.
My sister said.
The children said.
Community said.
Roads and a new park. And my MP said.
Yes.
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 Of course.
Nou tout se yon fami an Micoud Nord. An nou kontine pou fè pogwe ek Antigil.
My MP said Dennery South deserved a world-class sporting facility.
And we said, thanks. He also said our perennial flooding issue had to be solved.
My MP ensured us of new roads, and most of the workers came from Dennery. An equitable distribution of e-learning devices. My MP, one who looks out for the most vulnerable amongst us.
My MP is tried, trusted, tested, and reliable.
And we say thank you.
Dennery South, let's keep working.
Hi everyone, I'm Amira Sere and I'm a student at the Monaco Passios Combined School. I'm in grade 6 and my teacher is Miss Stanislas. My favorite subject would be math. I don't normally like it, but my teacher makes it finds a way to make it fun. I also love the positive quote she put up all over the walls. It reminds me to keep going. Also, the new wing is very impressive. The balcony is very large. So at break time, I can eat my snack and, go for a nice little walk. I also like the size of the classroom, so I'm not sticking on anybody because, 6 feet apart. Before, it was a rocky ride coming to school when I normally take the bus. But now, the drivers don't have any complaints now that the district rep fixed it. Before, it was like a rocky, stony road. Dirt road, but now that they fixed it with some concrete and nice tools, it's a smooth ride. I may even fall asleep.
Thank you, Dr. Rigobert.
We've moved security from 112 to 119 million. We've moved youth and sports from 4.7 million to 7.1 million, and that does not include the money at NLA. We've moved equity from 54 million to 62 million, and we've moved agriculture from 25 million to 28 million. Mr. Speaker, this is where the money has gone. We have not backed down from our responsibilities to the people of this country, and no, we ever will.
Good afternoon, it is indeed, let me tell you, Youth Empowerment Wednesday. And I am Natoya with you, and then my co-host is Alright, and let me tell you, it's a show all about excitement, adrenaline, getting into everything involving young persons, entrepreneurship, all different sectors, athletics, arts, everything that you can think of. So today's just going to be an exciting day, and let me tell you why it's going to be an exciting day, because we're going into creative industries. We're going into the nitty-gritty of all the bacchanal, the love, the music, the winding down and everything. We're actually going behind the scenes to find out basically what it is, what it takes to be in that basic sector. So I'll pass you on to Winston. He has a little something to add to that.
So yes guys, today we'll be empowering the youth, motivating the youth, give them insight as to how to register a business, how to go on the daily life, keep motivated, and so on.
All right. And of course, we have one of our guests very early, but I suspect you already like the excitement and the enthusiasm that every week that we put through the show. And let's first off saying that this show is not about being uptight. It's not about being to a point where you feel that you cannot connect with us. It is a point where we want you to connect with us. We want you to vibe and chill with us. So it's all about, like, let's just say we're having a beach party, but we're in the studio. All right. So that's basically what it is. Today we're showcasing Joshua, who's very talented young man, pushes young persons within society, hosting various programs, and also being a youth officer. So basically he knows what it takes to be a young person, how to be enthusiastic, how to encourage persons to basically achieve what you want. We're also going to be focusing on the famous Al Prince, how we call him, the Macaboo guy. Yes, so he's going to be in studio with us. And also for the young persons who have been asking what it takes for those young men to do the Fire Fridays. They're going to be in studio with us. And to the persons who would like to know what creative industries have planned for you, we're going to have Senator
Fortuna Belrose.
Exactly. So let me tell you all, it's going to be a very exciting show. I'm super excited. I know Winston is excited. I don't know if Joshua is excited. Yeah, I was getting a side smile there for a second.
Yeah, so guys, today's lit indeed. Today's a lit.
Yes, definitely. We don't have a behind the scenes video to show you guys. Like, today was just like the whole segment. I don't think we'd be doing you all justice if we went behind the scenes.
That's true.
So, and again, you all know Winston greedy, so you all know greedy. So there was no food at that one. So yeah, no fruits, no farm.
Another thing as well, behind the scenes with Joshua and Al Prince, oh my god, that would be too much editing. yes, too much.
Yeah, editing. It would be like a whole movie by itself, right?
Yes, a whole movie. That's another.
That's the greatest comedy.
Yes.
Well, maybe we can do that.
We can do it for the night segment.
Yeah, but remember, Joshua is going to be one of the hosts for the night segment.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So you know the night segment is going to be fire. Yes. I cannot wait for that, but then I'll be outnumbered. There's 2 guys.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll let you eat food.
Okay.
Always hungry.
Yeah, he always hungry. I know, right? But yes, so guys, so in previous programs, we did enlighten you on the various agencies that have current initiatives in place to basically assist young persons. If this is your first time tuning in, we do want to recap that St. Lucia Business Trust is ready and willing to assist you if you are going into entrepreneurship. SEDU, also Bank of St. Lucia, has great initiatives. St. Lucia Development Bank with the youth program. There's also other programs that you can take advantage of. You have Belfun and you have other credit unions that are ready, willing, and able to assist you. If you are thinking that you don't have a business plan and that is the end of your business, take the time, do the necessary research. Start off by doing a market survey. That way you would know what your demand is, what your target market is. Then you'd be able to craft your product or your service in order for you to help those persons that are in need of whatever that you're offering. I'm very sure that there are persons within those agencies that are ready and willing to assist you in terms of your business plans. I know for Belfun, they dissect your business plan with you. If you need altering of it, they will do so, as well as SLDB.
SEDU as well.
SEDU, yes, they do offer trainings in how to do your business plans. If you are doing a product and you need information as to labeling and so forth, SEDU will also assist you with that. You would have to also go to Bureau of Standards in order for you to find the necessary requirements in getting there. I do remember saying to entrepreneurs out there, persons wanting to go into the entrepreneurship sector, that you should not limit yourself to only St. Lucia borders. Sometimes your product might not hit St. Lucia shelves as quickly as it would hit regional and international. So when they tell you to put your nutritional facts on your label, don't say that we don't need it in St. Lucia. Always think big.
Also, when they tell you need a barcode as well.
Exactly. Do research. Don't be afraid to ask persons in the necessary industries. They may be launched 2 years before you. Don't ever be afraid to collaborate. Collaboration will take you very, very far. You may feel like that person may steal your shine, but guess what? You can shine together, and you can outshine that one person that decided to stay by themselves. So never be afraid to venture out. Sometimes your hobby can turn into revenue. So challenge yourself.
And don't forget to register your business for the legal aspect of just that process, and don't forget to actually follow what Notorious said when it goes to the Bureau of Standard.
Oh yes, definitely. Also, I'm not forgetting Ministry of Health, Environmental Health, and so forth. Please ensure that you get the necessary information, so when your product is out there, that you have no issues of getting it. Then it has to be removed off the shelf because you didn't follow the right requirements, and then you feel that you have hit a stumbling block and there is nowhere else to go. So please take our advice. It may sound silly now, but trust me, the feeling of getting defeated when you feel that you have tasted success, it's not easy. Like I've always said before, you are your biggest competitor. You decide how far you go. So let's say, like initially, Winston and I both were doing soaps, and both of our soaps are CMOS based competition right there.
Yes.
But guess what? Winston's soap is totally different from mine. So that would not deter me. If anything, we would do collaborations. We would basically sit down and throw ideas at each other to find out how we can make it hit the markets even more, and how we can get persons to basically focus on their skin and their basic, how they look and so forth. So it's about collaborating and ensuring that sometimes you may have to meet your competitor. Sometimes you may have to dialogue with your competitor. Don't let that deter you. And sometimes your competitor may come out after you. Rebrand.
And also pass you on the way.
Yes.
Steal your idea as well.
Rebrand.
Rebrand.
You can probably take your recipe and tweak it up a bit, and guess what? It comes back boom bam. Or you can leave it that way and come up with a new product or a new service that surpasses that person. So you're always ready and willing to tap on yourself, to go one step further. You're also supposed to be ready and willing to follow the trends, because sometimes what can be the demand today may not be the demand tomorrow. So continuous market research is going to help you to ensure that you get where you need to be. Please take our silly advice. It may sound silly now, but it is going to work if you're going into the entrepreneurship sector. If you're into athletics, continue to push. You may not get the support that you want now, but perseverance, determination is going to push you, because sometimes you're looking for the outer crowd to give you that congratulations speech, but then the outer crowd needs to be within yourself. And from the time you can congratulate yourself, you have accomplished everything that you need to accomplish. Be your biggest critic, and then you're good to go.
And move forward.
Is there anything you would like to add on the other sectors?
I think you have covered much of it, but I'm just eager to hear what Mr. Joshua has to say.
Joshua, you put you on the spot, my boy.
Yeah, so can you give us a quick, a little more info about you?
Okay. For a lot of people who don't know me, I've been doing youth development for 15 years. I started in the States when I was building houses for Habitats of Humanity. I took part in my 4-H club in my primary school. I think I was in 4th or 5th grade at that time. Been student council president for primary, secondary, and tertiary institutions. I have done cleanup on the battleship grounds in the state of Texas. I've been just doing a lot of work on the ground. And a lot of people will not see me often because, you work behind the scenes, you try and get as much work done as possible. But the mere fact of the matter is that I have faith in a lot of our young people. And despite all the things that you see nowadays happening, you see, I have a lot of, our young people are very intelligent. Let's just say that.
They're intelligent and talented.
Yes, and we don't give them the credit that they deserve. We don't give them the spotlight that they deserve. So my job, or what I aim to do personally as an individual, is to always recognize talent. Most people know me for public speaking, Youth Parliament 2017 representing the Ministry of Education, and Youth Parliament 2019 on opposition. But nobody, like you said, arts. Nobody knows I've done arts before.
Yeah.
I'm a singer. Wow. I've been part of the Independence Choir since 2015 for District 2. I'm a songwriter. I have actually wrote several songs. I am a poet.
You can try and figure out a few lyrics while we're sitting down in studio today?
Of course, I can do music. It works very well for me. You understand? So I've actually won competitions for writing in the state of Louisiana. A district writing competition, and I only came from a school of only 65 students, one hallway, and I outbeat schools that have hundreds of students, almost 1,000 students, and little boy just won his prize.
And surprisingly, I only know you to catch my kicks.
But to also give the kicks as well.
You see the same thing. Like you'll see. I'm being outnumbered there because I get somebody who has same personality as Winston. Joshua, bye-bye.
Don't exit me like that. Exit the style.
You don't realize I'm just trying to keep my cool. I'm just trying to keep my cool, you know.
For now.
Trying to keep the cool for now. But like that is the vibe for me. A lot of people think that, you know, I'm public speaking. I'm a very cool person. I love music. I love arts. I love everything to do with arts. I'm an actor. I performed. I've danced independence competitions. I've done so much work already, and I'm now getting back into music as I have to drop an album within the later months of June for my birthday or July, you know. So get back into it. So that is a good question. What you doing for me for my birthday?
It's not what we're doing for you. It's going to be a whole part of our show. We need to feature it.
You have to bring the vibes. You have to.
We have to bring the vibe, but you have to bring the vibe. We always have a vibe.
I am the vibe. I don't understand what you're doing.
But we
you understand? You are already asking me the question, so I'm thinking you're going to do something for me.
Wow.
Yeah, but
maybe, I think
when is your birthday?
The 29th of June.
So that will basically fit perfectly in our offer of getting a whole pig to slaughter. Things hot. We have to do a whole segment of actually slaughtering and butchering and all of that. So we want to do an entire day out in nature. And I think today we were looking at some stuffed chicken out in nature. So it's like
and some honey barbecue ribs as well.
Yes, the honey barbecue ribs with all the local herbs and so those persons in the culinary industry, shout outs to you. Definitely. To the beekeepers out there, those who want to go into the beekeeping industry, shout outs to you. I do remember getting a lot of questions after that show. So there are a lot of young persons ready and willing to go into that basic field, as well as the farmers.
Yeah, the young farmers, especially the young farmers.
Definitely. So the farmers, the young farmers, if you want to come in on that plug there, you know, it's going to just going to be a vibe. But which farm are we going on for that?
Let me see.
It has to be a farm. So you know what we can do? We can do a honey glazed pork with the pineapple sauce.
My stomach growling there already.
That's what we can do.
So yes. Okay.
You're thinking of that day. You can't even talk.
Or that hitting hard there.
No, but we want to create the vibe, and we don't want it to only focus on the culinary industry. So we have to speak to the artists in getting that whole vibe. So it's basically creating a festival, but a festival where we follow all the protocols, but ensuring that we show persons out there, young persons out there especially, what the various sectors collaborating together can effectively pull through. So I think we have something to schedule for the 29th.
Yeah, next time. Is it for the night segment?
Yeah, I think it has to be a night segment, eh?
Yeah. Oh my God.
You thinking of being under the bush in the night, eh?
Huh?
You thinking of under the bush in the night?
Okay, but curfew on, I hope I have a pass.
No, but we camping out in the bush. So what you doing in the past? The police so the police will come and arrest you and take your camping tent. That's what you're trying to tell me.
Also, the pass is to be on the curfew is for the road.
But okay, so explain to me, Joshua. If we're doing an entire time out in the woods, right, and we have camping tents.
I would come
as
on.
young persons.
I would come on.
You telling me we're going to just venture out in the road?
Well, they say you have to be indoors. They don't describe what indoors is. So you inside your tent. That's what I call indoors.
Exactly, that's indoors.
Because if I'm a police officer, I'll come behind you all day. What will we
For what? But we're on a farm.
On a farm? Just camping on a farm. Just so? I will be behind you, to be honest. But anyways, let's move to Mr. Joshua.
No, you see both of us disagreeing with you over here. Like no, you're just wrong for that.
I'm just disappointed.
Very disappointed.
No, you have to think from the other perspective.
But we're thinking from the other perspective. We are going to be indoors. We're going to have the camping tents.
Okay.
It's not like we're going to be outside. So you're trying to tell me there's nobody camping on top of Mount Jimmy right now?
Not people living there right now.
Exactly. So they have a pass? Huh? You see, how you feeling now?
I'm thinking of saying something, but I'll just not say it. Yes, so Mr.
A big L they give you, imagine.
Yeah, but no, it's a serious question because we're trying to get the nitty-gritty of all of this and to enjoy it.
Anyways, I'm not saying that. So, Mr. Joshua, can you please tell us some of the challenges you have faced as a youth leader?
I faced a lot of challenges. The main one is a lot of fight down. When you've been doing this for 15 years, you'll always have people who are much older than you who believe that they know what's best. I think the biggest problem that we face right now as individuals is that adults want to talk at young people, but they don't want to talk to young people. So when you come and tell us, oh yes, you know this, you have a degree in this, you know this and this and that, that is not sufficient, because I'm on the ground for 15 years. I've done this in Canada, I've done this in the United States, and I'm doing it in St. Lucia. I understand all backgrounds of life. I mean, when we lost both of them, it hit me because I am from the state of Texas. I grew up there.
Okay.
So when you hear somebody, a St. Lucian, is gunned down in the state of Texas in his own home, it shocks me because that's where I used to live. That is where I'm from. So when you receive a lot of fight down, what is your ambition again? Because the people that you look up to look down to you, and they don't show you any say, okay, hey Joshua, you have a lot of potential, let me help you reach there, or Joshua, we want to help you reach this and this and that area. It's like you get forgotten. So I remember my tenure after the National Students Council, you know, I said I wanted to take a break, or you know, I wanted to take a little pause, because when you reach somewhere such as the national level, you know, you feel like, yeah, I'm tired, I want to take a little break, I want to take a little pause, and then all of a sudden, you know, you get asked to do more. So, you know, you go back into doing more, into wanting to empower more people, into wanting to do, and then after I just get fight down. Joshua, you cannot do this, Joshua, you cannot do that.
Now, just to interject, stick a pin there. I think I've said that in 2 of the shows, that every time someone says, you cannot do this.
I think all 3.
Yeah, I've said it in all the segments.
All segments.
I just hear you can. When they say you will not, I hear you will. So every time someone says something negative to me, all I hear is positive. So I make myself hear the positive. Or I just tune you out. Like I can see your mouth moving, but I can't hear nothing you say.
I'm telling you.
So I'm for the young persons that I've worked with, I have taught them that skill. And it's a vital skill for us to move forward as young persons. Because we get that notion that young persons are lazy, young persons, they're not resilient. They don't like to stay motivated and determined. But then when you get that constant fight down, what do you expect?
Exactly. So that's for me. I like challenges. Anybody who knows me knows I like challenges. And I think one of the biggest challenges for me is I remembered in my Form 5 year in secondary school. You know, it's CXC time, you know, your parents want you to focus, and National Students Council elections is coming up. So my mom is telling me, Joshua, don't go up. My father's telling me, don't go up. Don't do. Now I'm a teenager at that time, so you understand, we hard-headed. So you know, I still went and do it, and I got elected president, and I proved to my parents the fact that I graduated with all of my awards, with all of my CXCs, and I was still president of the National Students Council at that time. And like I tell a lot of people, know what works for you. A lot of people will see the outside situation, but you know what you can do internally. So if somebody's telling me, Joshua, you cannot do it, I'm going to watch you and tell you, why not? Why don't you think I can do it? And I'm going to show you that I can do it, and I'm going to come back and watch you in your face and you say, now you said I can do what? Look at the evidence.
Now some people will call that being petty, you know that, right?
I don't call that being petty, because if somebody wants to talk down at you and say that you cannot do this or you cannot do that, then I'm going to show you that I can. Because when it comes to youth development, I'm a very serious person. I care about the young people. Imagine it was COVID-19. I was unemployed. I was home on my bed. I was wondering what next. I was going to give up. I was like, you know what, I tired COVID-19. My mom came home. She watched me and she said, you know, I met a young man from your school. I said, what school? Vibute. Because people say, like, you know, empty bottles, Vibute. I went to Vibute Secondary School and I made it to A-level.
I went to Babuno and I made it to Saba.
You understand? So people watch you and say, oh, you went to Vibute Secondary, empty bottles, and you're in A-level. I was like, yeah, look at me. Doesn't matter what school you go to. You push yourself. So my mom came home and she told me there was a young man at the hospital talking about you, say he wants to go back to school because of you. Much my mom like, who is this person? I don't know what you're talking about. She said, you don't know him? Show me the name. It's like, you inspired him, you do this. I'm like, I haven't done anything in almost a year. Who is this person? He said, because of you, you know, they want to go back to school, they want to do this, they want to do that. I'm like, okay. So I said, nah, maybe, you know, there's nothing. So I walk in Cul-de-sac, my community. There's a young lady from Sarah. She came up to me, she told me, I want to be just like you when I grow up. I was like,
you?
Yeah, you trying to wonder like what?
What?
Yeah.
Is God trying to tell me something here, or am I being played? So for me right now, I love the arts. Anybody who knows me, I love singing, I love writing, I love entertainment. I love anything that can bring a smile to somebody. Because the truth of the matter is that we don't take arts seriously like we should. Arts is an industry. It's a $1 billion industry. It's not just sports or academics. There are young people who are vibrant in every sector. Agriculture. I love farming. I did agriculture in secondary school. I love science. Currently, I'm doing a bachelor's degree in business. I love business. And I love hosting programs. So anybody who knows me knows I'm hosting a lot of programs.
So that's why you took up my offer right away when I said.
I love it. Imagine, I've been wanting to do this for 5 years. 5 years I've been wanting to do programs, empowering young people, getting out there. But nobody will really take it seriously.
There you have it.
It's been manifested right now, right?
Exactly. You put it up there and then you say,
to you.
You know,
that's what you did, right?
Yeah, I attracted it to me. I spoke it every day. I say I'm going to do something great. I live by a quote called "Greatness is defined by you." I live by that. That's my motto. And now I'm manifesting into it. I have a company. I put business and art together, and I have a company that does arts and all of these different things that I have built from scratch. It's even on my mask.
Wow.
You know? So I work hard. I work 21 hours a day, every single day of the week. People would say, you don't sleep. I say, let's watch Bill Gates. Did he sleep? He was toiling through the computer lab building Microsoft. Let's watch Steve Jobs.
Elon Musk as well.
You know Elon Musk. Let's watch Richard Branson selling records at the back of a truck to starting the Virgin Group.
Yep.
You know, let's watch President Obama, who was scooping ice cream at Dairy Queen before he became president of the United States.
Steve
everybody,
Jobs,
you know, everybody wants to start.
There's always a story. There's always a backstory.
And usually, sometimes these backstories are not good.
Exactly.
So I always learned that the darker the situation, the brighter your light can be. And that's what we don't understand. We want to say life is unfair. Life was never created to be either good or bad. It was never created to have any particular circumstances. And this is why I try to tell the adults, what you do in your life, in your tenure, affects those that come after you. So when now children or young people have a hard time, it's because decisions that were made before them. Because if people look at me as the leader of tomorrow, I want to understand what's happening with the leaders of today. So I want to ask questions. I want to know what's going on.
So basically, you're saying that they're trying to push up the leaders of today to put in people like you.
Maybe you can say something like that. You know, people have a lot of people say, "Oh, one day you should be prime minister." I'm not a big fan of politics. Anybody who knows me, I'm not a big fan of politics. I'm not into that unless it's U.S. elections and I'm a Democrat. I will say that. You know, I will say that. No? But
so
I'll stick a pin here for a little, right? Because we do have a video that we need to feature, and that's a young man who is currently the winner of Youth Fest.
Oh yes,
Sean. He also made it to the Prime Minister's playlist, and I think that our viewers and our listeners need to see talent in St. Lucia for what it is, real talent, and it basically showcases what St. Lucia has to offer in terms of scenery, vibe, vocals, the whole writing behind the song and everything else. And surprisingly, when we come back on, we might have a full house. Definitely it's going to be a party up in here. Let me tell you, it's...
Oh my lord, I'm so excited. I'm just trying my best to keep my cool, like I said.
I just hope you don't start dancing in the studio.
That'll be a treat.
No, I won't.
That'll be funny.
So yeah, we'll be going to the video shortly in terms of Sean and the Prime Minister's playlist, and he's also going to be performing at the Fire Fridays on Friday. So I look forward to that performance. Very calm and free-spirited young man. So this is truly what we want to showcase in terms of young persons. And like I said in the first program I think we had, is your biggest disability in life is a bad attitude.
And the mindset as well.
Correct.
Mentality is key.
It's basically you can be disabled and you can still have a fantastic attitude and get so far.
Yep.
So yeah. But we can continue our discussion, and when the crew is ready, then they roll a video and then we get into the big party in the studio.
So I have a question for you, Mr. Joshua. Based on the challenges you have faced, what advice would you give to young people, or the young people who is actually struggling out there?
Never give up. You will receive fight down every single day of your life. If you're an entrepreneur, The markets will tell you, hey, we're not ready for you. Your product is not going to sell. If you're a singer, they will tell you your voice may not sound good or your music may not meet. Just keep going. Everybody has that one moment or that one thing that makes them, them. So never stop and let anybody tell you what you are. Know who you are. Find out who you are. And I learned that from Michael Jackson. He had a lot of failed albums before Thriller.
Definitely, yeah.
And then he spent day and night recording Thriller non-stop until it became that song. And even his experience, Billie Jean, which was his number one single on that, it was an experience that he had and he wrote about it. And it became one of his iconic songs. So use your experiences to your advantage. If you're a songwriter, use it. You listen to Sam Smith, we listen to Adele, who have these heavy, tracks about broken hearts, and they've climbed the charts.
Yeah.
So keep going, keep pushing forward, never stop. Everybody will tell you cannot do it. You can. It will not happen the first time, the second time. It took 1,000 tries before we got the light bulb. It will take you a lot of tries, but you will get to where you need to be. But your growth determines where you will be. So never stop.
Because slow progress is still progress.
Yes, everybody wants to rush into
Rome
things.
wasn't built in a day. Eh?
Exactly. And it wasn't built in 2 or 3 or 4. It took time for everything to happen in this lifetime. It took time for us to become the individual. It took 20 years for me to get to this point where I'm sitting with you right now. It didn't happen overnight with the snap of a finger. It took a lot of time. And I don't think that's what people realize, that everything that is good takes time. It takes time. And somebody always told me that, my uncle told me one point, if everybody likes you, there's an issue. If everybody hates you, you're the issue. But if some like you and some hate you, everything is fine.
Voila.
Yeah, that's true.
It makes sense.
It's very true. And go back to saying that things take time. If you realize that some of the world's delicacies, they're aged.
That's true. You're right.
Like we enjoy Parmesan cheese and all these other.
The wines as well.
Yeah, they aged.
Best wine, almost 100 years old. It tastes so good.
Okay, so like we said there for a second, like, okay, all right, should I be watching out?
But that's the truth, and this is something my parents have always taught me: don't rush into anything. My parents told me to work hard for what you want. I've seen my mom struggle to get where she wants. Now my mom's a doctor. I've seen my father struggle, and he's doing well for himself. And I've always realized that I want to get to a point where I want to be wealthy, not rich, but wealthy. I tell people wealth is something that's over time, because if you have $1 million and your lifestyle is $100,000 a day, then you're only wealthy for 10 days.
Makes no sense.
You're only rich for that moment of $1 million, but you're only wealthy for the next 10 days.
That's true.
So I want to be wealthy for the next couple of years to set myself and have my standards, because exactly, everybody wants to, I got paid, let me go and buy this, let me go buy that. I'm like, no, invest your money. And this is what another thing I want to tell young people: invest your money wisely. Make your money make money for you. Don't just go and buy this and buy that. Choose don't give you investment
just because it's trending.
Exactly. And that's the issue. There's a lot of young people who are the owner of Snapchat was a teenager when he started the company. Facebook was a teenager. Everybody started in their late teens, early 20s. Look at them now, centi-billionaires, enjoying their life, enjoying their wealth. So you have to put your foot in the ground and say, hey, it's time for me to get something going. Don't wait for government to give you this or your parents to give you that. No. If you see that, okay, there are people in your community who need food, who need something, start a little garden. Plant seeds, do what you gotta do, and make your fresh food and give it to the people of the community. Help feed them, help donate for after school.
Some people will say to you, but what's in it for me, and how do I get from that? And surprisingly, I've found those questions, because even when I don't know if Vincent remembers this, but even when I opened the restaurant, even like 1 month into, boom, COVID.
Yes.
All raw materials donated to frontliners and less fortunate persons. And I continued to push, and person said to me, but you just opened the restaurant, why are you so persistent on giving to the less fortunate? Guess what? The restaurant is closed, but I've never stopped giving to the less fortunate, because you have to understand that sometimes those same persons who supported you are now in need. And if you're going to turn your back on them while they need, then what was the point of supporting you? And I don't even look at it as supporting me again. It was, what is the point of supporting me in the first place?
Yes, exactly.
If I cannot look at you when you're down, then what is the point of you looking at me when I'm up?
Exactly.
And we need to instill that mentality into our young persons.
I always ask myself every morning when I wake up, what more can I give? Because when I walk and I'm seeing young people who are in distress, who don't have, I remember those days when I didn't know what I was going to do. People always watch me and tell me, oh, you probably have everything planned, your life out planned. The truth is I don't. I want to be many things. One day I want to be a pilot. Tomorrow I might want to be a CEO. And then the day after that I might want to be a singer.
So we going on the private plane?
Not with me, y'all come here. Not with me,
So why are you so?
Next thing you know, I can't fly my plane because I haven't drinks with wings.
Oh my goodness.
Autopilot don't work like that, obviously.
Oh boy. A good thing is not with me, you said. I'm so happy.
But so you just put me under the bus like that.
Yes.
Real quick, my brother. Real quick. Wow. But that's the truth. I always ask myself, what more can I give? I'm not a selfish person. I'm always trying to help as much as I can. And because at the end of the day, I know that I'm not the only person on this planet. So if you're going to lead this planet, you have to understand what the people require. You have to understand how to talk to people first off. I think that in St. Lucia, we have a very hard time with communication.
Correct.
We really don't understand that. And then our second issue is also social media. Social media has made us antisocial. So we wear masks a lot. So we have a mask on Facebook and on Twitter and on Instagram and on WhatsApp, but then in person we're something completely different.
Yes.
And
Right.
that has hindered I don't want to say a fake society, but an illusion society where you never know what is or who is who. Because at the end of the day, it makes you lose trust.
But then it goes back into, and I think it goes as far back as to when we were kids, and we were basically swayed and convinced by what we saw coming out of Hollywood.
Yes.
And if you didn't look that way, and if you didn't act that way, and if you didn't speak that way, and if you didn't walk that way, then
and what beauty was.
Exactly.
And how you should look or
So
whatever.
basically, it still trickles down to what is being shown to our young persons now, and they're fighting for acceptance.
And that's the issue. As a human being, I can understand.
Because I remember in long time in Hollywood, you used to be you needed to be thin, very thin.
Yes, size 2 and 4.
And now you have to be thick. Now everyone is.
Yes, everybody wants to be thick. Like leave my thick section for me. Let me do like marong, like my dumpling over here. You understand?
Everybody have to do the facial reconstruction or the implants and all of this.
It's all seamless over here. Like
my God, all natural.
Yes, all natural.
So everyone wants to be fake right now.
I can't be fake, and this is what I always tell young people, especially to a lot of my females. Be yourself, okay? Don't try to change who you are. Be yourself. I told them, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Your exterior will change over time.
Of course.
Your face will change. Everything will change over time. But who you are is eternal.
Yes.
So be attracted. If I'm attracted to you, I'm going to be attracted by your personality, your decorum. What do you give? Are you kind? Are you loving? Are you patient? You're the only female in the room. I'm watching you straight. I don't understand.
So you
want me to watch Winston and say them lies?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not referencing right now. I'm talking about when you speak to me in general.
Why do I speak to you? Because you're an awesome person.
Oh, okay.
I love the vibe.
So I still fall under that brand. Okay, all right. We're just checking.
But that's the truth of the matter. You don't have to be an imitation. You don't have to be fake. And this is what I tell people: if you come to me genuine. Just talk to me. I don't bite. I'm a very real person. Anybody who knows me, I say it like it is. I say it direct.
That's a good thing.
If you're being an idiot, I would tell you you're being an idiot, and you should stop that. If you've done something wrong to somebody, I will tell you, despite maybe that person may have done something in the past, it's the past, not the present. So some people have a mistake of always bringing their past into the present. And I like to call that redundancy or manipulation, because if you get mad at somebody for bringing up the past, then why do you bring the past in now? So if you're doing the same action of the past and you bring it into now, it's no longer the past, it's the present. So you can't get mad at me for bringing up the past. It's now the present and I'm acknowledging it. So when I speak to my young people and I tell them, you don't have to rush into a relationship, because a relationship is an illusion now. It's an illusion, and I'm being very honest, it's an illusion. We use I love you and these type of soft little words to try and get them, and I'm like, let me ask you a question. What do you think love is? Ask them that question. What do you think love is? Love is chocolates and no, sweet, that's Valentine's Day. What is love?
Yes, you're so right.
What is love?
So right.
Chocolate is for Valentine's Day?
I don't know in your case, you're a different story by yourself.
No, you just should describe the scenario.
No, I just asked. No, okay, so I don't really celebrate Valentine's Day, so probably that's why I'm asking.
Not like the teenagers, they bring the teenage flowers and
okay,
you know.
I understand where you're coming
but
from.
for me as an individual, I like to observe everything. I'm very observant of everything. I like to take my walks. I like to sit outside, meditate, and listen to my music, and I like to think. I think a lot. So sometimes you'll see me sit there and I'm quiet. I'm thinking of everything. So when it comes to a scenario and somebody comes to me and they say Joshua this, Joshua that, I'm like, yeah, I saw it coming. Like, how did you see that coming? Because I'm analyzing every little thing in the room, and then I'm saying, okay, this is what's going to happen, this might happen, so I know how to plan ahead. Because as a leader, that's what you're taught. You're taught to analyze you're taught to read the room, you're taught to know what to say, what not to say. So when you get on a podium and you're talking to the entire nation and you're talking to a room full of people, just read their body language. Because 95% of human communication is body language.
Definitely.
So a girl can talk to you nice and sweet, but her posture is like, I want to get out of here.
Yes.
You have to read that.
You're so right on that.
So the fellas will feel like, yeah, boy, have you got attention? Boy, I'm talking to her sweet, and she's like,
okay, get to the point.
What you want?
She dismissed you in her head already.
Like women will dismiss you quicker than a man does. The man thinks he has your attention, but the woman is already somewhere in Grizzly by now. You can catch she's talking to her, she Grizzly.
All shows early.
See, like, but that's the truth. So as a youth leader, as a national youth leader, I always try my best to encourage young people, to see them on the same level as them, to interact, to play football, to play basketball, to talk to them, to just be genuine with them, because we don't really have a lot of that in society. Everybody always have young people always on the block, young people always.
But then what is the problem with being on the block? I have an issue with that. Like every time I hear somebody say young people always on the block, I have an issue with that, because I don't see anything wrong with being on the block.
Not that they think that you've just been the idol.
Like idol smoking or something.
Like, okay, so then it goes back to, and being a philanthropist, we're going back into that whole giving to the less fortunate. It basically opened my eyes, and I'll tell you why. So I found myself being on the block very often, various blocks all around the island. And guess what? These same guys who they cast out as being delinquent, being the troublemakers and so forth, these same guys, while they sit on the block and yes, they'll sell their 5 bag and they do whatever, these same guys will take that same money and give it to a single mother in the constituency. These same guys will ensure that those kids are not at home and not going to school. So then what is wrong with the block?
Exactly, that's one of the issues. I mean, I grew up in the community of Cul-de-sac. A lot of people will see Cul-de-sac as a ghetto or this and that. And I remember one day they were doing the concrete road from in front of my house all the way down to the main road. And I can guarantee you, everybody who worked on that concrete road fellas on the block. And they did so well on that road. I can see the asphalt road still getting holes in it and the concrete road just there. Fine, beautiful. So when I say, people always say, oh, you're on the block, you're on this. I'm like, when I go in my community, brilliant people alone I'm seeing, powerful people.
But they have people who have doctorates, who are doctors, who are lawyers, and they still sit on the block.
And most of them are very talented and very intelligent.
You get a lot of artists on the block as well.
I walked through Bass St. Joseph Lacqua, and I was walking up that hill, and I met some individuals who did a music video. They showed me the music video. I'm like, wow, these fellas gifted. They did a music video right there, and you will not hear about it because you will assume, they're fellas on the block. And I think what we need to start doing is understanding that we need to stop giving an image to what an artist is. We need to stop giving an image to what a leader is. Anybody can come up and take the mantle if they decide to. They just need a helping hand to get there. So there's a phrase that they say, human beings are selfish by nature. We need to stop being selfish and self-centered and start understanding that. Stop worrying about what the person's hair look like or what their jeans look like, what they should look like. Because I can guarantee you, if you had to put yourself in the position as them, you would probably not have made it.
Sometimes people look the part, but they don't do the part very well. And I've learned that.
They put a false image.
Yeah. And then I remember this person, my grandfather said it to me, but there's also somebody who said it to me while I was on the cruise line. And he said to me, sometimes you would want to be the CEO, but you're not. Dress like the CEO, act like the CEO. One day you will be the CEO.
Exactly. And that's something people don't really understand. I saw when you look at the CEO of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, this man has the same shirt, plain shirt, jeans,
not the same shirt, but
like the same type of shirt. He dresses common, and this is something I realized about billionaires. Billionaires don't dress like commoners, where we want to look stylish and everything. A billionaire will come there for a $50 pair of pants, a regular shoes.
50? You say 50? Sometimes $2 pants.
$2 pants. Something they got at Walmart, and they will just walk into the office, and they have hundreds of $1 billion in the bank, but they're dressing less than
like
what we have.
Even the owner of Facebook, when he said, "I still sleep on the floor because I don't feel comfortable living lavishly," and
But
I'm like,
Elon Musk said that as well.
and I'm like, huh?
And his fans donated a couch for him.
Yes,
exactly.
Yeah,
and I'm sure he still sleeps on the floor. Even
the owner of Facebook drives a simple Honda vehicle, not a Lamborghini or Bugatti. He just drives out a Honda vehicle to his work and you worth $100+ billions of dollars.
When I was younger, I used to always want a Jordan shoe, always. And as I'm older, I change that around. I change everything around. Imagine I buy my shoes on sale, Black Friday on sale. So my shoes is like 50 US, 30 US, my Pumas or whatever. I don't buy Jordans anymore. It's so expensive.
Me, I think I shop for myself probably like once a year. I don't really even shop for myself that often. And this is something that one of the speakers of the house told us one time at Parliament. You can have the same pants, the same jacket, but a different shirt and tie, and nobody will realize that you have the same suit on.
Yes.
And that's something that I have learned. I'm like, that's the case then. Parliamentary life must be very good for dressing, and that is something that I think that we need to instill in our young people. You don't need to have the most to be the best. Sometimes you can have $1 in your pocket and you can go very far on that dollar.
And on that too, some people would still be jealous or envy you.
Exactly.
Yeah, they never know, huh?
Just because.
Because sometimes I cannot have no money in my pocket, but you never know.
And that's the thing. People always watch me and tell me, "You seem bougie. You seem high class." Some people who never speak to me, I'm walking through town. They talk to my friends and be like, "He seems bougie or high class so much." I'm like, "So, but you didn't try and talk to me. You didn't even try to."
So it's like you're unapproachable. So it's like you're unapproachable.
I said people think. I never said I was.
Yeah, I know. So I'm still looking for trouble with you. Why didn't you bring us lunch?
Sorry for that, just so. Tell me bring lunch for you. You invite me here. You even bring a nice little, platter for me. A little nice little snacks on the side.
You know what? I am so done.
A little vegan salad,
It's right about 2:30. So we'll go to some ads. Go to some advertisements, and then we'll get back into that discussion. But by then I'll have some baka, even if the baka is the guys coming in. But I think I'll have some baka.
See, the disrespect is real. She just cut me off right there.
No, I'm not cutting you off.
The thing about when we start speaking about food,
yes, it goes over, especially with Winston. Especially with Winston.
So good thing I ate my food before I came here.
What?
Okay, now that's the disrespect.
You're moving like a crab now.
I am a cancer.
Wow, you see, I'm on points.
And I'm a Sag.
Stay out of my way.
I'm a Pisces.
So what was that about? Like
we'll come after the break. I'll give it up.
Okay, so let's go to the advertisements and then we'll get right back into the program where we invite all our guests in. So when we come back on, you will see full house, but we're gonna have lots of excitement because I know for sure Mr. Makambu is outside the door waiting to come in and to give you all a lot of excitement. You see, you're hearing the laughter in the background, I'm very sure. Well, let's go to the advertisements and then we'll get right back on with you.
My MP said that we would have a new wellness center. Here we are. It's almost finished.
My community said we needed a new wing to our secondary school. And my MP said yes.
My sister said she needed help to find a job, so my MP created a job fair.
Our athlete said we needed better sporting facilities.
A new early childhood development center.
My neighbors said.
My sister said.
The children said.
Community said.
Roads and a new park. And my MP said.
Yes.
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 Of course.
Nous toutes, c'est yon famille en Micoudnod. And nous continuons pour faire progrès avec Antigale.
My MP said Denry South deserved a world-class sporting facility.
And we said, thanks. He also said our perennial flooding issue had to be solved.
My MP ensured us of new roads, and most of the workers came from Denry. An equitable distribution of e-learning devices. My MP, one who looks out for the most vulnerable amongst us.
My MP is tried, trusted, tested, and reliable.
And we say thank you.
Dennery South, let's keep working.
Hi everyone, I'm Amira Sere and I'm a student at the Monipo Pasias Combined School. I'm in grade 6 and my teacher is Miss Stanislas. My favorite subject would be math. I don't normally like it, but my teacher makes it finds a way to make it fun. I also love the positive quote she put up all over the walls. It reminds me to keep going. Also, the new wing is very impressive. The balcony is very large. So at break time, I can eat my snack and go for a nice little walk. I also like the size of the classroom, so I'm not sticking on anybody because 6 feet apart. Before it was a rocky ride coming to school when I normally take the bus, but now the drivers don't have any complaints now that the district rep fixed it. Before it was like a rocky, stony road, a dirt road, but now that they fixed it with some concrete and nice tools, it's a smooth ride. I may even fall asleep. Thank you, Dr. Rigobert.
We've moved security from 112 to 119 million. We've moved youth and sports from 4.7 million to 7.1 million, and that does not include the money at NLA. We've moved equity from 54 million to 62 million, and we've moved agriculture from 25 million to 28 million. Mr. Speaker, this is where the money has gone. We have not backed down from our responsibilities to the people of this country, and nor we ever will, because we have an ambition to build a new St. Lucia for everyone in this country.
What separates us is our ability to recognize your needs and to work towards addressing them. Providing opportunities, dreaming big, and delivering bigger. What separates us is passionate representation, meticulous guarding of our social and economic indicators, and working with and for you during the most trying time in recorded history. What separates us is a cabinet guided by God for the protection, progress, and prosperity of our St. Lucia. The United Workers' Party. Let's keep working.
My MP said that we would have a new wellness center. Here we are. It's almost finished.
My community said we needed a new wing to our secondary school, and my MP said yes.
My sister said she needed help to find a job, so my MP created a job fair.
Our athlete said we needed better sporting facilities.
A new early childhood development center.
My neighbors said.
My sister said.
The children said.
Community said.
Roads and a new park. And my MP said.
Yes.
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 Of course.
Nou tout se yon fami an Mikoud Nord. An nou kontine pou fè pogwe ek Antigel.
Hello everyone, I'm Norbert Williams, right here on Sky FM 93.1. Join me Monday to Friday, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. for the morning edition of Keeping It Real. And on Tuesdays and Fridays, Minerva Ward joining me from Canada, right near the North Pole. Although it's cold over there, it's gonna be hot in here. Don't you forget, Monday to Friday, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. on GVD TV and streaming live on Facebook. Don't you miss it.
I have every intention to assist in whatever way, in whatever capacity, in wherever I can for the advancement of the people of Beaufort North. I couldn't believe Beaufort North in 2021 still have households that do not have pipe-borne water. But as the current government under the United Workers' Party, they did everything they could to get pipe-borne water for the people of Fonkapesh. And now that the people of Fonkapesh are enjoying this precious commodity, as we say, water is life, and that is a success story. And kudos to the government, the people of Fonkapesh, and by extension Beaufort North, they are extremely happy.
So when we talk about members on the opposite side wanting to do some kind of audit, I have to say to you, your march would be a great place to begin. What was the purpose of that? I mean, did you not know that despite the fact that we were going off a state of emergency, that the whole region was still in a state of alert? And that this anxiousness to go out and show people that, I think, what was it called? The greatest march ever in the history of St. Lucia. So it was never about the people, it was always about yourselves.
Bienvenue à sous Sky FM 93.1 et puis Dr. Sigwe lundi pour vendredi. Ça c'est 4h30 pour 8h au soir. Côté Dr. Sigwe ka encore nous. Côté nous ka discuter qui ça qui ka fait en pays. Nous aussi à sous Facebook et puis channel 115. Ça c'est GVD TV. Join-moi lundi pour vendredi à sous Sky FM 93.1 et puis Dr. Sigwe en commun.
Hello, welcome to the program Champagne in the Morning with yours truly, your favorite guy, Champagne. Join me here every morning from 8 a.m. until 12 noon. We also live on GVD channel 115 and live stream on the internet. Join me as we discuss all of the current events of our beautiful country and around the world. You too could get into the program by calling in 456-0931 or 485-0931. Thank you for tuning in. Join me 8 a.m. to 12 noon.
It is with much thanks and effort that we are here today to make this valuable donation to the fishermen of Ancillary. There are some over 30 boat owners in this community, and fishing, no doubt, is a very, very big part of the livelihood of the people of Ancillary. I want to, on behalf of the government of St. Lucia, and myself, I want to donate this to the fishermen of Ancillary, and I am very happy, and I hope that you guys will put this into very good use.
On behalf of the Ancillary Fat Fishers, I would like to say thank you to Mr. Dominic Fede for providing us with a timely donation of the ropes we have here.
I want to say thank you to the minister for donating us that rope for the fad, and that's going to bring a little income during the COVID time. And I want to say thanks a lot again.
Islands, c'est incroyable.
Yeah. My gal bad, she bad like this. And she not blame no ex for justice. Your body they intimidate you, your body I'm appreciating. Yeah, the gal body push badness. On your body, gal, me want to run good body, gal, got appreciating. Your body I'm appreciating. Gal, your body good. Pepper. No gal, it can't wine better. Gal, your body good. Better. Gal, bring the cheese to the cheddar. Gal, your body good. Pepper. No gal, it can't wine better. Gal, your body good. Better. Gal, bring the cheese to the cheddar. Plenty gal want piece of the dawn. If you're not pretty, send you where you come from. Big body gal, she know how to get on. Show you high life, give you direction. Now say the time for you step out your comfort zone. Now the real Sean done for the gal ringtone. Nice attitude, she not go through my phone. She like my style, coming fresh to the bone. So me call the gal fi come over. She a get nervous, never seen a burner like this. Come for the good love, no time to miss. Gal pon your, yeah. Hello, oh gal, you know, oh yeah. Baby, your smile me love. Man, them go crazy when you touch your toe, oh yeah. Yeah, them have to know. My gal bad, she bad like this. And she not blame no ex for justice. Your body they intimidating, your body I'm appreciating, yeah, the gal body push badness. Upon your body, gal, me want to run test. Daddy appreciating, your body I'm appreciating, gal, your body good. Pepper. No gal, it can't wine better. Gal, your body good. Better. Gal, bring the cheese to the cheddar. Gal, your body good. Pepper. No gal, it can't wine better. Gal, your body good. Better. Gal, bring the cheese to the cheddar. Yeah, it's your boy Sean, 758. We keeping it 100% Lucian. My salves or salsa. Anale. Love it when you go down, cause baby, let we go down, cause juke paisi, juke pala. Get away, sir, baby, atsuwa. Let we go. Love it when you go down, cause baby, let we go down, cause juke paisi, juke pala. Get away, sir, baby, atsuwa. Yeah, tie me up, she do me voodoo. Bali coco stick, that's me juju. Uja connect you me do. Parfait pièce number pour juju. Holiday moi baby toujours. Say you are my baby toujours. Baby when you dance me go so cuckoo. Mais do le ou ka danser na tourner book fou. Yes.
Live on Fire Fridays on Friday evening. So if you would like more of this young gentleman, talented, you can tune in with us on Fire Fridays from 9 p.m. onwards. I don't think we have an end time. We have an end time?
Hour and a half,
roughly.
Yeah.
You'll actually put a time. You're really bad. Eh? Anyway, Joshua, back to you.
Yes,
I
so guys, we will continue Joshua, Mr. Joshua, on enlightening and motivating the young people of St. Lucia or the young people of the world.
Well, my remarks are just quite simple to the young people. Do what you love. Everybody will tell you, be a doctor, be a lawyer, do what you love. Once you find passion and you find creativity, then you can make a job and a life out of it. Don't ever settle for less. Don't ever let anybody talk down to you or tell you cannot do it, you can't make it, you can't become anything. It will take time. Be patient. Patience is a virtue. Just work at it. Just do what you got to do and keep the faith. Keep God first place and keep pushing forward, because at the end of the day, the only person stopping you from achieving what you want in life is you. That's the only person that's stopping that. That's the only person limiting you. That's the only person holding you back. So I cannot stop you. Winston cannot stop you. Nobody can stop you. The only person that can stop you is you. So like I said, big up to the young people of St. Lucia. You are brilliant, you are talented, you are capable, and you are a unique set of people. There's only 100,000+ of us on a planet full of 7 billion people. So we are already unique. We already stand out. Make your dreams come true. And at the end of the day, we're an island of support. We always support our people.
All right, so was that your closing words or something?
Yeah, that's
you
my closing
going? So you want to exit now?
Not yet.
Oh,
but you give closing words already.
Hey, that's my message to the young people, so I give my message.
The house is still lit. We're still on fire.
Yeah, we haven't hear from Boss Al on the other side there. I don't want to tell him to come on because
I want to take all the time. You have to pass it up to the boss himself, you know. So I just pause my section.
We're still in the house.
Yeah, so we'll be going to Al Prince. A lot of you know him as the Macambo guy, Boss Al, Bell Pepper guy. What else? What are the names of the
all kind of things. Yeah.
We have another name, eh?
Lala.
Yes, that's a favorite one.
Yeah.
Lala. So yeah, definitely. He did a fantastic job in performing at Fire Fridays last weekend. I think we all had fun. And those viewers at home, we were behind the scenes, we were having fun and working. But those viewers at home had more fun than us. I know that for sure.
Yeah, he also gave his one drop dance as well. Oh my God, that was fantastic. That was on another level.
He teach you how to do it?
Not yet. I think they have a challenge, right?
Yeah. There's a challenge.
Oh, I will take part in the challenge. Do you think I'll win the challenge?
Oh my God.
You think? Of course I'll win the challenge.
No, Winston, you cannot take part in the challenge.
I cannot take part in the challenge?
No, because you part of the... No, he cannot take part in the challenge.
He can take part because I have a staff challenge done.
You see why I didn't want to sit down by Al?
So you have
a staff challenge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay. So that's
another
another mix.
Flambeau Fire Friday. Yeah, man. Okay, so and the winner getting a whole pig to kill for ourselves to eat.
No, but you already offer something, so you have to come with something else.
A little sweat, man. A little sweat.
Okay.
Yeah.
I cannot win that thing.
Yo, it's your competition, eh?
I need to win that thing. Of course. I'm a liar.
I'll have to try that dance away.
Let me say like a potion.
Just now.
You want to win that thing?
No.
What? So I have competition.
Yes.
Oh,
so you think it's you alone?
When is the challenge, Al?
Whenever you're ready.
Oh, and I just 1 week of practicing for me.
Yeah, but you already set for the viewers, so you need to set for the staff.
We go start it on next weekend, next Flambeau Fire Friday next week. We'll play the videos, man. Everybody do the video, including me.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you can't put yourself in the competition.
No, if I win, then I kill the pig.
And you feed us?
Yeah, I feed you all.
Okay.
Yeah, the person that win, killing the pig and do all the stew, all the roast.
Oh my Lord.
It's a gift with a gift.
I can imagine. But you go to honey glaze it, right?
Yes.
No, he cannot honey glaze it. There's no how you honey glazing it.
You can
make all what flour would is make life easier, so make it easier.
How you honey glazing it? I want to hear how you doing it.
No man, that's up if people still that remedy, no man.
That's a special. No, but I said it how I was going to do it on air, so why you cannot say it?
No man, ladies like to copy things. Maybe you heard that from some boy, that's why you can't say it.
Excuse me, I'm a chef.
Big chef, voila.
Yes, so guys,
you know I cannot do you all.
We have Boss Al Prince right here with us, and he's going to tell us a little bit more about himself.
Alright, cette liste vous accorde c'est Boss Al qui est là, the Macabre woman who has moving more like with Flambeau Fire Friday. But before I start, I must big up some people, big up Dino Nails and Beauty Spa. Trust me, she's amazing. She's one of the best in the South. You can call her on 713-3615 if you want the nice nails. If you go on a blind date, et ouvre un nom joint, just create Dino sur un South là. And also we have Shan's Beauty and Styles. Also she's in Caroli. She do nails, she do hair, every single thing. And this girl is amazing. If you go there as a female and you like girls, once you watch her lips, pattern man. I wish I could have. I wish I could have my nails done. And also you can contact her at 489-5150. Alright, my people, that's my big up. And alright, I'm going back to Boss Al. My people, my full name is Al Prince. I am from the lovely community of Vigée, that's in Vieux-Fort North. That's where you get the most cashew nuts and mango in St. Lucia.
So why you don't bring cashew nuts? I stopping you right there. Why didn't you bring cashew nuts and mango up to us?
One thing I like, and I like to explain, I love ladies asking for things from the country. Because tell you what I like to do. I like to turn the tongue girl into a country girl.
But I'm not a tongue girl, so that's why you're wrong.
But hey, that me have no girl. Right now is the country girl me want. Country girl me want.
Yeah, so
I don't know what's recorded.
the guests have to bring food for the host?
So yes.
No, it's not like that. We're not looking at hosts and co-hosts here. We're looking at, it's a whole vibrant family here. Okay? Joshua, please behave yourself. There's a police station downstairs.
I have no respect for me whatsoever.
Alright, so we're going back to Al and him saying basically how that song came about, a little about himself, his experience so far going into the music industry, especially with a booming track, getting criticism and so forth. And I see that he has embraced the nicknames and all the emojis and so forth. So explain to us out there.
Well, first of all, name is not heavy. My shoulder is broad. Sapalu, never no burn a body. It could be nice, it could be bad. I love names. Alright, imagine you walking in town, somebody saying Lala, you give them a smile. Tinky Winky, you give them a smile. Bossa, you give them a smile. For that day, you've been so happy. Yeah. Therapy for the so laugh.
Hold on, and guys, we have a call coming in. Hello, good afternoon, caller.
Hi, good night. Good day.
Good day.
I'm just checking in.
You just checking in? We're doing good. Everybody doing good, right?
I was a bit caught up.
What's that?
I was a bit caught up. I just tuned in.
Okay, alright. Well, you tune in for the hot part of the segment, so you're good.
Thank you.
Okay.
Alright, thank you so much for calling in.
No problem.
Alright.
Caller, you have an amazing voice, sir.
Is that?
Yes, like I was saying, it's not new in music to me. I always wanted to be a singer because I have some calypso I wrote on my own. But I say put that out now there. I love money, so I won't make any money on that. And someday we segment someday.
We have another call coming in. Hello, good afternoon, caller.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How is everybody then?
We're doing good.
Yeah. Well, I used to be young. Can I make a contribution?
What's that, sir?
I said I used to be young.
You used to be young?
I used to be the youngest in the crew at one point. Now I'm the oldest.
Okay.
Music in the entertainment industry, that's where I grew up, right?
Alright, that's good.
You've been hearing?
What is that, caller?
No, you've been hearing about 1979. Like 40 years now.
Okay, alright.
You know, when we were supposed to actually have changed like the atmosphere to what it's supposed to be, what it's going to be at one time. With the younger people growing up and, you know, making the changes. But my advice is, you know, the industry is very dynamic, but there's a certain mark which should kind of identify us, you know. And I think we've been looking for that. But as I say, people don't just, like, whatever the culture is, Lagos, whatever, you don't teach people about it that much. You just, once they're happy, and as I had to say, well, people just do whatever they want. That's advice, you know, that can be tailored to presentations as well, because although it doesn't come useful raw, because I mean people have been trying, so we need to kind of tailor it, you know, to the situation as it is now, because for the past 40 years, with the skills, you know, like I've had all the instruments packed there, and what have you, and I mean I have all the skills when it comes to like you know, like jokes and things like comedy and so on. We have a real top talent, like people in Monaco, and I think Monaco dying out, and this thing, probably Monaco is dying out. But even stuff like we would have a stuff like Dublin and kids and writers and so on. You see everything we can except the political parties, and they don't really exist, you know, so you don't expect the body in the entertainment industry to fix it like the Echo and so on. Yes, they will make some money, but
well, Okola, to interject there, I think everything can change with time, and it's about encouraging the young persons to go into the sector and to make it what it needs to be, to give it the time, the effort, and the determination that it needs to get where it needs to be. I definitely think that there is room to grow, and if we give them enough encouragement, that they can change it, that it can be something dynamic coming out of St. Lucia.
With guidance and experience, you know, it doesn't mean that I would have to make it, you know, but knowing the situation, it's not what the person produces, But it's the person's intention. Now we need to respect people for their intention. And that's why we praise them even if we see them in the gutter where they don't have talent. But that doesn't solve the crisis that we have of not being able to even establish some form of a standard, or somebody, you could, or a prime minister who understands that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get where you're coming from, Kola.
Yes, yes, yes. Actually, we should have a situation like everything dies with the youth, you know what I'm saying? And what we need to do like that, they could be secure that nobody could take it away from them again. These are the kind of conditions you have to live for them. You can't just teach them how to or pay them to do things, you know what I'm saying? Or it's just let people be happy, and let them enjoy like the democratic rights that they're supposed to. And we're fulfilling the rights by discrimination and so on. If you write that out, sometimes the youth have the talent and people with the opportunities. Their attitude doesn't, help the youth, and one voice could solve the whole problem in the country because the attitude stems from the top. You need to, you don't need to wait for when somebody is you and all. And I don't know if there's something else, a department you have to cross into to become a member of, and that don't work. So the idea is to let everybody be happy, and it is very, very easy. We just have to adopt that one because most people are already living under it, although we're still seeking for help from government. But the happiness is not coming from government. Many people survive like, we sleep for ourselves like that, and we enjoy ourselves. Even if we do that in St. Lucia, it's just for St. Lucia, but we need to do that properly because what we're doing is, if we are surviving, we could transform that into any other country or even carry it personally as an ambassador. You could, you know what I'm saying? As a government, if we form a government to facilitate, even though you don't have to make it in your lifetime, but that kind of attitude, you know what you want. And you need to survive at the same time, not because you're not getting so much credit, you don't have to eat up bread. You should be getting money from that entity as well because people need to try, and then, what you need is find the right person. I'm sure we could kick off at any moment, but government still seem to have interest in those kind of people who have these ideas for farming, for music, for... Well,
Kola, this afternoon...
We'll have a big funeral interest for everything, and call it church, but that's not what we want. There are so many of us, we can't let one person ruin everything. So all of us need to come together. You get the idea where I'm coming from?
Yes, I get the idea where you're coming from, Kola.
I'm always available, and I'm sure that for most institutions are available to help the youth. So let's get together and do that. Well,
definitely we are working on that, and that is what this program is about. And later on in the program, you will hear the senator, explaining what they do have in place and what they plan on putting in place in terms of creative industries. So I will allow the guests in studio to continue with the interviews, and when the minister or the senator comes in, then you are free to call in and ask questions if that helps.
All right. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Right.
All right, so now we're going back to Al Prince and his interview. Sorry on the interjection. So we'll be going back in. Fix your face, smile. This is a vibe. Like you're supposed to be smiling.
A vibe.
Okay, we're back into the laughter mode.
Yeah,
we're back into it.
The last caller there. You say you have all that system. I'm at Sky FM up north right now. There. That voice sounds like Moni Paul. And I just said, maybe washing me up when you squeal. I was thinking about my songs, but the thing about me, I just like to do political songs. Yeah, when it comes to the segment, soca.
So you Kakanes?
Yeah, not Kakanes, a vibe. Yeah. I just like the vibe of political, trust me. You have to be strong,
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because a lot of people will come at you, and if you let that bring you down, you know where. Mm-hmm. So you have to keep on coming. And I have a what song I have to drop there, but if I drop that there today,
at least give us like a sneak peek.
With the election too easy if I drop it today.
No, but we need a sneak peek. You have to give our youth and our listeners and viewers.
Just tell that you've called me. I like numbers. Salah show. Mama Flavo. Vous avez connaître ces boss à tout gens Flavo là. I ain't go drop it. Don't worry about that. So I was saying, my people.
I can do something. Exactly.
If I forget something, I have to go in the lab for a sample.
How do you mean? No, that's not fair. That's not fair.
I have a reason for not giving a sample. Nawe Musa. That's all I say.
You know, I didn't shoot myself in a chair because I'm thinking it coming.
I give a little thing there. Just my people. The song will be what? So I choco pima. You know what's a pima beef?
Yes.
What's a pima beef?
It's like a tiny little pepper.
Right.
Yes.
And it's really hot, right?
Yes.
And
TP Mama Jack or whatever.
No.
Alright. Now we're London. Now we're Herman. Makawe Musa Makawe. Oh yo. Makawe Musa Makawe. That's all for now, man. Yeah. But this song, and I have a next song again after record. That's for the PM. You know, already the PM have been doing a lot of things. And usually back evenly, audaciously, parce que yo we pogwe, aller garder manière mi coûte ça développer. Ça n'attend tout pas tout moi passer les mois côté. Nous ka voter, nous ka voter Chasney, nous ka voter. They have a lot in stock, man. They have a lot in stock. Yeah, if I come back on Flabo Fire Friday, you don't even need to play music off the laptop or no DJ because I can just sing for them.
So you're telling me you putting Chris out of a job?
No, Chris will be in a job because everybody, including my sister, my sister like Chris, yeah. Tell Chris, I just not telling Chris nothing with a one problem. Yeah. They like the vibe. Chris, like that was a vibe.
Of course.
Yeah, man. That's what you have, Magic. Keep on doing what you're doing. Don't be afraid. Just do what you have to do. People will say when a friend of mine tell me when Flambeau lose, what those people that was working for Flambeau Fire Friday will do. So I tell them they have other stations win the same show. When Flambeau win, what they will do? Hey, what the girl tell me? Alright, okay, Flambeau will win. One day out of a job, they'll just join Flambeau. So do buy pedal or Rav comes that style, no buy you say that. We are losing. We are losing. Trust me, my people and young people, I know this is mostly about the young people business and things, so I have a lot I can say, but I don't believe I have enough time to see what I have to
say a little, because this show is about
insights.
Yes, I say out there there's a lot of young, and if you have any idea where they can go, what they can do to help them out, because a lot of people might be listening, maybe not now, they'll watch the show after, but a lot of young people coming to me, what they can do, because you can see that people have talents. As a couple of people I mentioned there a while ago, COVID is hitting, they don't know what to do, they want to extend, they need products, but they don't know what to do. But I believe government has something in place. I can't remember what exactly and where they can go exactly to get it. But there's a lot of young people who want to own their own business.
Well, we did provide that information from the first segment. This is actually the fourth. We did recap on it in the beginning. Can you give me a
little briefing, like those that listen, because I know they listen and they want to know what they can. They want to have their own little bar, because you know that's what I'm running, bar, shop, food. Look, a guy called me there to do a little ad for him. Tell me that's the only way you can make some money if I do an ad for him. And I have no choice, and I have to go and support him. I don't care which party he's supporting, because he's young and he wants to go forward. And most of us have to watch it that way, not because that person is a labor or Flambeau and we support him that side, for not to buy something creative from that person. Everybody needs to survive. I
totally agree with you.
Yes. I agree with you on that.
One thing Lucians like to do, my people, after the election, we all are St. Lucian.
But even before the election, we all are St. Lucian.
But they're watching it as the election would there, they're not going by that one. Some people tell me they're not going by me. And if I tell you what minister that was by me from the opposition, people tell me, yeah, you changed, man. I tell them, no, I changed. Somebody is my friend from way back. It's not because, so as he's on the opposition, he's my friend. If I say, they're not going to buy something to it. But you need to drink as well. We must, as business person, we must not, on that day, you support your party, God, your company, but on that business day, you must not know who that come, because that person is a Flambeau, that person is a labor.
It's about, I will
serve that person.
It brings out professionalism in us.
Yes. And we need more of that in St. Lucia. Especially in Vieux Fort North, my people. I don't want to say that word there, but the I will, Vieux Fort North have a lot of that. A lot. Even to board the bus, when they see me, I don't see the bus, man. I'm a lot of mute. Do I care? My money is in my pocket. Not because I fit, you know. I can run from Vieux Fort to Vigé. At the end of the day, my people, including us here, we must not watch it so. If you see somebody suffering, that person with your labor, you are Flambeau, you see that person need $1 to save themselves forward, don't think twice to help that person. At the end of the day, you don't know where we'll be, where we'll end up, and what side that person will be on.
Yeah, that's
all right. True. Yes, we love our party, and I'm telling you, we have nobody in this world that loves Flambeau like me. People will come and tell me I too side because there's something. I'm being honest with you. It's not everything in your party do you'll be in favor of. And if you be in favor of everything your party do, you are not a supporter of that party. I'm telling you, you are not a supporter of that party. You have to be vis-a-vis to see what is right and what is wrong. And that's what I stand with. Sometimes I post something, I'll switch. My back switch, I can never ever in my life, turn my back against the United Workers Party. What and Simon? United Workers Party. We work and I like to party.
Is that
So that's what we do. We work and we party. Alright? So young people again, I believe she'll tell us where we can go to get maybe the financial support if you have any idea.
Financial support, yes, they can go to Belfund, Belfund Credit Union's Bank of St. Lucia, can provide them with the necessary funding, but they do have to put a business plan in place. They can go to SEDU for help with
SEDU. That's the name I was looking for.
Yes, they can go to SEDU for assistance in putting a business plan together. I know I'm available in order to help put business plans together as well. There are persons within the party who's ready and willing to help in that regard. I think Joshua can help on that as well, guidance. And also Belfund would assist in ensuring that the business plan is up to standard and the board would be able to pass the loans if you do have to do so. So I would advise first step in registering the business.
Yes, it needs to be registered. If it's not registered, it's not a business.
Exactly.
Alright, for instance, let's say the person is working and they're not satisfied with the salary. Can they still go and have their own business and get that support from Belfund?
Yes, you can. SEDU? Yes, you can. In terms of Belfund,
so if you not make sure there is way and need you can have your own business. Last day parle Intel.
Anyway, yes, they can also go to SLDB if you're youth. If I think under 45, then you under 45.
So I'm not a youth man.
Relax. Okay, relax. So relax. Okay, so under 45 there's the youth program that was created in terms of assisting young persons to go into business. There's other programs also available to assist persons going into business at St. Lucia Development Bank. Bank of St. Lucia is available. We have the credit unions. We also have St. Lucia Youth Business Trust, Chamber of Commerce, ready and willing to guide and to ensure that the journey goes in smoothly.
So let's say if you have a young person who wants to start a business, you can see that person have all the ideas, but the person don't have the mind to put everything together. Do you all have any person or where or any office that they could go to help them out? Zautan again, mais c'est sous pas ça tellement read and write it on an idea ou deal among c'est ça. Allez pour SEDU.
Yes, if you go into Belfund, they assist you as well. You would have to go through the training process and so forth. Also, you would need 4 guarantors for the application. That's to ensure that these people keep you on your toes.
Things go.
Yes. So and they'll also guide you. So they'll not just give you the money, just drop you there like a bag of coals. They'll guide you. They'll provide the necessary support. Come in every month, and to ensure that you actually going the right way. Ensure that you do the bookkeeping and so forth.
So like me, as I'm a little Mali way there, right? And I have a little pork place. I could just go to SEDU and share my ideas, and I can that help, or you have to
you do put a business plan in place.
But my business plan, I cannot put into writing. It's on my mind.
Yeah, but that's but Winston can help, Joshua can help, I can help. There are persons that are ready and
can help.
Oh my goodness.
That's true. Alright, my people, so you can hear I'm just making it a bit funny, but at the end of the just listen carefully. There is always room for improvement.
Definitely.
Don't be afraid to ask anybody where are those places. You can always call Sky FM. It could be any show and ask them where you can go. Alright? And I believe what are you pronouncing it? Natoya? Natoya will have a public St. Lucia phone where everybody can have that number.
But everybody already have my number, eh?
Wow. I'm not supporting that, huh?
But you have to remember that I'm a philanthropist. I'm also an agro-processor. I produce products. No, but at the end of the day, doesn't
you need a business phone
and a person.
No, and the number after 45. So you pass a WhatsApp only bottle.
No. Leave it that way. Leave it.
Alright. So again, St. Lucia, you could be Labour, you could be Flabo, you could be LPM, Las Palemagie. We are there for you. Take full advantage of the places that they mention and go out and do your business. Alright? And again, if you want little ideas of business, trust me, I have lots of business ideas. More spanter. But I have a little pork place, Boss Al Pork either way. Where you can
the
get
place where Winston and I will be going.
You see next Saturday, every fortnight I guess, you know, people to make a little money so they can come there. And if you don't have money, you come buy Boss Pork either way. I will not give you $100 worth of pork for you to go. Me to ton sama pork la budo pork, I give you pork to eat it. But you hungry?
But the pork expensive, so
it doesn't matter if it's expensive. Life is more expensive than the pork, my brother.
On the compound.
Yeah. Eat it on the grass. Sit down and eat it. Mahe. Yeah. Mahe. No. So they don't una mun guess who have full of infant chip. But I said chip man usa kia a chop man.
So wait till
that manger. Yes. If you're hungry, obviously if you're hungry and you pass there. Yeah man, you'll get pork to eat. You can get stew pork, roast pork. Why send you raw pork soup?
So this Friday?
No,
next Friday.
Next Saturday.
I had a massive pork last the 29th Saturday I passed there. I don't have enough pork to give people.
So
next Saturday, not this weekend.
So next Saturday. So as you announced it, you have to expect more people now, eh?
Yeah, but
more people will come.
Yeah, but you have to expect you and I as well.
And when you come there, you tell that one, tell that one. Even Shim that come in there. I have a place for Shim, that girl named Shim. I don't know if you all know her. Yeah, she around here, you know, Shim. Yeah, so Shim will be there. And don't forget, we have
What is it? From now.
Shim Kino. Yeah, c'est comme ça.
Grants, I hope you're listening. We're going long before that.
Yeah, so the whole squad going.
The whole squad. Yeah, trust me, it's a local. Not to say that anything fancy. It's a local, a little salve, and I sepi, and I build a shit there. You have a place you can sit. They have cashew nut. You can pick up a coconut. Tamahi mango, upa and chad.
So your salad just pork.
Yes, we have chicken too.
They have bude.
Yeah, Michael, I'm doing the best pudding. And in St. Lucia, I'm not boasting myself. And if anybody that have tasted my pudding before, I do pudding with black and white Campari. With alcohol as well. So if you want something special, and it's not expensive. Yes, Boss Al there for all of us. Nu say nu mem. Alright? It's the place name in VJ is lower down the primary school. It's a little distance to get there from the main road, but you won't regret your time.
So if I come with $50, my belly will be filled, right?
And you still drink.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're drinking special too?
Only Piton special because Piton is very huge in St. Lucia. We have 2 big Pitons.
I do like Piton.
Yeah, what you like?
We like that.
Are you having 3 for 10?
3 for 10. So but you see, they have
no whiskey. Everything.
Whiskey. They have everything. Just name it.
But you wouldn't have special on Piton.
Yeah, but after maybe every hour, I give in all drinks on special every hour.
Every
hour. Like let's say we start at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock I have a promotion. Okay. The next special will be on 7 o'clock again.
So how long is the promotion? 1 minute or thereabout?
No, 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah. And when you hear the bell ring like champagne and let's give the bell, just put your normal money out.
So there's a lot of people there?
A lot of people, but we have space, so it's big enough, so we have the COVID.
Like social distancing?
Yes, they have all that there. And I have some dogs there, some security dogs.
You know what? I am so dead.
If you stay there for too long and you not buy nothing, you say I had the dog back and it will point there. Take out give somebody else a chance. Yeah, so it is you have to give somebody. But I people, trust me, it does be amazing. The music doesn't be too loud. It's just right, and you can always request your music. What you want, the best pudding in the world, the best stew pork, the best pork wrap, and I'm doing all that. Yes, my that's why I tell you. When it comes to that part of life, the second, everybody needs a second. I'm not rushing because I can cook, I can clean, I can do everything. The only thing I can do for myself, anyways, that's for next year.
So you say you're all-rounder?
I'm an all-rounder. Yeah, I'm an all-rounder.
Nice.
Yes, so next Saturday, the vibe is at Boss Al Pork Hideaway.
Yeah, we know that because I think everybody in the room here going to be down there. So
y'all should.
Yes.
Yeah, and if y'all want to go up, mankind may as well, but Savannah go on about do a push at because we are human, right?
That one, you will have a pass.
We come in.
Yeah, he's coming on to come, but we don't have tents. But
no, I can get tents if I want to stay. We spend the weekend. The next day we go by the river, go in the cave. Trust me. No. Camping tent, yes.
Oh, okay.
And also we have the best river. We have a cave where the Araraks and the Carib used to live before.
So then, can we?
No,
okay,
after
so
the following day we can go there, move some pictures.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just thinking of doing the behind the scenes footage there, but
all that can happen. You see that place named Viewfort North, darling? They have everything. We even have the old sugar mill, the Weebab thing, and it's still there like it's almost new.
Right.
All that is adventure. Most people in St. Lucia don't know that. We the VJ Development Committee was trying to do a track to attract tourists to go there, but the finance has not been there as yet. But very soon
it will come soon.
Especially if that government remain there. Nous allons faire ça dès que nous allons faire yon north, yon east, yon west, yon south. Yeah. Track no faire like one. So you cannot say if you're coming from west, you have to make all the way to come east to come. Just pass through the west. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's a vibe. Yeah.
See, we'll have to get
You'll have
Al to do that sound effects for us. It's a vibe.
Yeah, I can do that. It's a vibe. Yes, St. Lucia, there's nothing more important than you talking business and you've been happy at the same time. So this time you must go forward. And to go forward, you need those young people inside there around you. Alright? As I tell you, you meet them on the road, they will not check what color shirt you have on you. They want everybody. Imagine if 45% of people in St. Lucia, young people, old people, average people, have a little business. There's no way 99 people of St. Lucia would be out of a job. Everybody, mostly everybody. Super betai or just fair or betai. But there's no way if we support each other, others cannot eat from us. I have my pork place there. It's true, it's my sister. And, every time, I can say it on air, when my sister finish sell for me for the night, I give it $300. So you make $300 for one day every fortnight. What's wrong in that? And eventually, when I finish organize the way I want it to be, I will have like 3 or 4 staff making that money Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I will not give them $300 because my sister is my sister. She's young, she's way up the month, she need a way to make. And you start her with money, so there's no way she will not want to think to make her own business. Or somebody, she can give somebody else $300 a day. So eventually, I will have more staff, so you can have 3 or 4 people. We get at least 150 per day for the weekend. Saturday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, every fortnight. How does that go?
So you inspire someone to inspire someone else.
So it have to be.
I agree. The ripple effect.
Yes.
So it have to be. And I tell you, if we unite, why I like that word unite? They have a party that have that unite thing. Can you tell me, help me out? You know any party that have a unite in it? I'm asking you a question. Do you know?
So I cannot drink my coffee now.
No, but I ask you a question. You know any party? I try to remember the party. Oh, I remember now. St. Lucia. Help me. United. That's where they will come from. United Workers Party.
So you only sing songs about the United Workers Party, you're saying?
Yeah. Not about the United Workers Party. I sing about the United Workers Party to hurt the opposition that want to come there. So I'm fair laugh.
You know what? Oh my goodness.
She's going so good, my brother. So nice, so well. We live in Africa. What you coming and do? Tell me. Let's say you're the opposition. What you coming and do? You have anything you want to do? My people, we are having a good time there. It's a business day and a fun day. All right?
Definitely.
And the show is every Wednesday from what time?
Every Wednesday from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Today we started a little early to ensure that we were able to create the
I'm not
vibe.
going nowhere yet unless I don't see Madam Fortuna Bell was.
Well, yeah, she's supposed to be on her way.
Yeah. I need to see her, man. I need to give this lady a nice hug and a kiss, but on her cheek. Because sometimes, not even on her cheek, maybe on her hand. If I kiss her on the cheek, she'll feel united. Yeah. she'll feel united, so maybe I have to give it to her on her hands.
So do you get on her hand, how would she feel?
She'll feel correct.
So she's feeling wrong right now?
Yeah, so again, my people, I know that time is coming that she might be on her way.
Yeah, she's on her way.
Again, St. Lucia, take full advantage over the good opportunity, not the bad opportunity. Alright? The bad opportunity, you can see all the top artists in St. Lucia was making some videos. That's the bad opportunity. Let us not take advantage over the bad opportunity. But the good opportunity, like trying to have your own business, have something on your own. It could be actually you have pushing, selling ice slot, it's a business. You will get help to sell, to get the essence and things. So, alright, darling?
Alright, okay, so.
So, guys, this was Al Prince, Boss Al Prince, also known as, they call him Makabu Guy, Lala, Bell Pepper, Teletubby. So right now we're going to our next guest, who is the famous Fire Friday DJ, Mr. Chris Field Duel.
Yes. better known as the group as Multi-Talented Jugglers. We do have a 1-minute video basically showing them in their element and what they do, and then we'll go into the interview. Alright?
Yes.
Fix your face now and stop smiling.
It's a vibe. Fix your face. Fix your face.
It's a vibe.
Yes.
But know that my coffee is
the coffee maker out, eh?
The coffee maker out.
She of duty or she time up already?
The coffee maker is a she?
Yes. She left. She had to leave.
In time to come, we'll have somebody. That party is so nice. We'll have somebody who can order your coffee and can remain what at least.
Say, what is that? Ritual? No, that's Starbucks.
My half kilo guy buy a guy this year.
Oh, wow. But we could just buy a little coffee maker or something, or a kettle, and we can hand make our stuff on our own coffee.
But the coffee I won't make, brother. You cannot make
bottle coffee?
Yeah, sorry.
Pre-packaged coffee?
Yes, man, it's bottle.
Wow.
It's so expensive. They said, Joel,
put your initials in the Boss Al Prince.
Yeah, Boss Al.
But Peter's office a Bowser. Peter can come in now.
Peter playing around. All of that asked me to do a video.
They have to do a special Boss Al Peter.
Yeah, they have to. That's I have a record. I think 4 Peter one time. Peter put me on a label. Or 7 Peter one time.
But we need to see that. We need to see that.
I'm not boasting at you. Look at it.
But I know I said we need to see that.
4 Peter.
Where are you?
So guys,
so I get involved with that.
Let's not stray away.
Let's go to the video of the Multi-Talented Jugglers, and then we will get into the interview, because they're giving trouble. I thought Josh was giving us trouble first, but
Fire Friday. Welcome to each and everybody. Talk to friends, share the live. We're having some fun tonight again, alright? Fire Fridays, Global Fire Fridays, Global Fire Fridays. Yes, we come to party. Global Fire Fridays, Global Fire Fridays, Global Fire Fridays. Yes, we party. Take your gun, look your gun, take your gun, look your gun, take your gun. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, when you see my pressure leave up, back it up and then jack it up. Turn around, let me jack it up. Make sure the bumper don't give up. Juke the bumper started to talk. When the music started to drop, left to right, baby, like come up. Roll the bumper like a big truck. Spark the bumper like a clipper. Catch the bumper like a keeper. Play the thing like a guitar. Watch the thing like babysitter. Sit on it like 14-seater. Pimp on it, girl, like a ladder. Some girls say bad, but you bad. And when you went on it, girl, me wonder. A big bumper na cause it's a small bumper na cause.
Alright, and there you saw a little sneak peek into the element, and I will allow Chris to give us some feedback to what they do, how they started, and so far how is the journey in doing all of this.
Yes.
Good afternoon, St. Lucia. Once you hear the voice, you know who it is. It's your boy ASAP, as people call me. But my real name is Chris Fiojul, for those who don't know me, and I'm the second half of Multi-Talented Jugglers. I'm here on behalf of my brother who's at work. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it today, DJ Grimes. If you don't know his first name, he goes by the name of Lane Mafra. And we're from the community of Olean. That's it, then enough. And the musical journey, it has been a tough one. It has been a tough one, but we've been able to pull through. Together, like, we come from a crew in Olean where they call us Electro Songs, you understand? Where the crew, there's a sound engineer, there's a DJ, there's MC. I also am a DJ and I'm an MC. This is why they call us Multi-Talented Jugglers, because we're versatile. So in 2018, or was it 2017, we decided, you know what, since I'm already that good on the mic, we're gonna make the team easier, where we just come together as one and form a team called Multi-Talented Jugglers, together with Electro Songs. And then so far we've just been pushing ourselves throughout the years. In 2019, when we did our first carnival, 2018 when we did our first carnival together, I was Denry Carnival. That was like 4 days of event, no sleep, because it was always Electro Songs and Multi-Talented Jugglers, from Marcy to Denry Juve, go home, shower, Denry Carnival, come back, another Juve. So it was pretty busy for the 4 days. And this is where we started getting the ratings. And I told Grimes, And we said to ourselves, we're not going to stop from there. We have to keep pushing ourselves. In 2019, we were supposed to go on a tour. This was Notting Hill Carnival. Was it 2019? Yes, 2019. But unfortunately, that tour didn't happen because of the whole pandemic, the whole COVID situation. But still, Grimes was able to pull through a European tour where he went to Brussels, he went to England, he went to Paris. He went and represented the team, and he did an amazing job. And still now, we've been pushing ourselves further and further and further. Even during this pandemic, we're still trying to get, gigs out there, go and express ourselves worldwide. Because we don't only want to do it in St. Lucia. We want to brand ourselves, you understand? So as entertainers, as young DJs coming up, people might think we're old. Well, no, we're not old. We've just been in the business for a really long time, and we've enjoyed it. So as I'm giving the young DJs out there, as entertainers, learn to brand yourself, share your craft, create your pages, make sure it's nice, make sure you have everything you need. Just brand yourself. Once ever you do that, and you can get your page up and running, promoters out there will see you. Trust me, they will. It may take time, but promoters out there will see you. So whether it takes 1-2 years like it did for us, but sooner rather than later, promoters out there in the world will see you guys. And people have been saying, oh, but why is on Flambeau Fire Fridays you're playing? Let me make you all understand something. Let me make you all understand something. That doesn't, because when we started doing the show the first time, everybody was asking what people from Oleon will tell y'all. The SLP people from Oleon. And at the end of the day, we tell them, let me tell them something. They cannot come to me and tell me anything, because at the end of the day, they're not the ones putting money in our pocket. So you cannot come to me and tell me what to do. I will not take you on, I will not study, I'll just ignore you and I'll just go. And I'll show you the following Friday, I will come back then, I'll be doing the same thing I've been doing, entertaining the people.
Yes.
So we've been doing that for a long time, and look now, during this pandemic there, we have one tour coming up so far, and we have to go to the UK. That's in the summer. This is what branding yourself does, understand? So we're in the this summer in July, we have to go to the UK and represent and show our talent out there to the world. And I'm pretty sure after this tour, more tours are gonna come. So like I was saying, any young DJ out there, if you're looking, you could follow in, watch HP, Lee Chi, watch these guys. They've been in the business for long. If you could follow in their footsteps, how they started, even us now, where I'm putting myself there, you could see, because every now and then, once you pass somewhere in St. Lucia, all you're hearing is a weekend shellings provided by yours truly, multi-talented jugglers.
Nice.
Boom! You are do that sound effect.
Yeah, that's a
All right, there you have it, listeners and viewers. A little sneak peek into how it started, their journey. Yes, they had setbacks. Yes, they had times when they felt that it wasn't going to go through, but they kept persistent, they kept determined. And for those persons out there who want to go into DJing and so forth, please ensure that you partner up with persons. And I remember starting off the program of saying collaboration will push you where you need to go. So with that message, we'll take a short break. And then when we come back on, we have a little surprise for everyone. Yes, we're going to have an extra pull house, but it's okay.
It's a vibe.
It's a vibe. All right, so we're going to go to a short break, and then we'll come back and have a little chat until about 4:15 or 4:20.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
I think I want to hear a little more of Chris.
Of the song?
Of Chris. His challenges, the challenges they have
yes,
faced.
Definitely.
As a DJ. Yes. Yeah. And his advice to other young people around St. Lucia, especially young DJs as well. Yes.
Do you want to do that before we go on the break or after?
Okay, we can do it now.
Yeah, so we go on the break now.
Fire Fridays. Welcome to each and everybody. Talk to friends, share the live. We're having some fun tonight again, alright? Fire Fridays. Fire Fridays. Fire Fridays. Yes, we come to party. Fire Fridays. Fire Fridays. Fire Fridays. Yes, we party. Take your car, look your car, take your car, look your car, take your car, boom, boom.
Make sure the bumper don't give up. Juke the bumper started to top. When the music started to drop, left to right baby like come up. Roll the bumper like a big truck. Spark the bumper like a clipper. Catch the bumper like a keeper. Play the thing girl like a guitar. Watch the thing like babysitter. Sit on it like 14-seater. Climb on it girl like a ladder. Some girls say bad but you bad. And when you went on it girl me wonder.
A big bumper na cause it's a small bumper na cause.
It is with much thanks and effort that we are here today to make this valuable donation to the fishermen of Ancillary. There are some over 30 boat owners in this community, and fishing, no doubt, is a very, very big part of the livelihood of the people of Ancillary. I want to, on behalf of the government of St. Lucia and myself, I want to donate this to the fishermen of Ancillary, and I am very happy, and I hope that you guys will put this into very good use.
On behalf of the Ancillary Fad Fishers, I would like to say thank you to Mr. Dominic Fede for providing us with a timely donation of the ropes we have here.
I want to say thank you to the minister for donating us that rope for the fad, and that's going to bring a little income during the COVID time, and I want to say thanks a lot again.
So when we talk about members on the opposite side wanting to do some kind of audit, I have to say to you, your march would be a great place to begin. What was the purpose of that? I mean, did you not know that despite the fact that we were going off a state of emergency, that the whole region was still in a state of alert? And that this anxiousness to go out and show people that, I think, what was it called? The greatest march ever in the history of St. Lucia. So it was never about the people, it was always about yourselves.
Well, Fortuna Belrose, I don't have no problem with her. I think she's the right person in that time for the right job and to do the right thing, what we always wanted.
We've moved security from 112 to 119 million. We've moved youth and sports from 4.7 million to 7.1 million, and that does not include the money at NLA. We've moved equity from 54 million to 62 million, and we've moved agriculture from 25 million to 28 million. Mr. Speaker, this is where the money has gone. We have not backed down from our responsibilities to the people of this country, and nor we ever will, because we have an ambition to build a new St. Lucia for everyone in this country.
My MP said that we would have a new wellness center. Here we are. It's almost finished.
My community said we needed a new wing to our secondary school. And my MP said yes.
My sister said she needed help to find a job, so my MP created a job fair.
Our athlete said we needed better sporting facilities.
A new early childhood development center.
My neighbors said.
My sister said.
The children said.
Community said. Roads and a new park. And my MP said.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Of course.
Nous tous, c'est yon famille en mi coup de nord. And nous continuer pour faire progrès avec Antigale.
All right. That was a short break. Sorry about the little time it took. But I'm going to turn over to Winston so he can introduce our, fourth guest?
Yes. So welcome back, guys. So right now in the house, we have another special guest, Senator Fortuna Belrose. We will come after Chris, after he gives his challenges, the challenges he has faced as a DJ.
Well, in the music industry, like I was saying earlier, you face a lot of challenges where you will have other DJs as yourself fighting you down. I think that's the main one. Other DJs as yourself fighting you down, they will see you get this, they will go ahead and message you. This promoter saying, I don't understand why you book him and not me, I'm better than him. But you do not let that bring you down. You don't let what people say bring you down. You just focus on yourself. Okay, if the promoter say, you know what, decide you're no longer on the show, you don't go ahead and quarrel with that DJ saying, oh, I find out this, you know. You focus on yourself, you pick yourself up, you look for other stuff. Because in the music industry also, you have to make sacrifices where if you have to brand your business, where you have to spend money in order for you to get where you have to, you will do that. But at the end of the day, you will see the rewards. And this is what we as multi-talented jugglers will see now. We have been facing struggles. We have been going for a rough time, but we haven't given up. So we decided to brand ourselves more, and right now look at where we are. Everyone in St. Lucia knows us. Everyone loves us. Yes, they might have people who don't like us because of what we do, where we're playing on a Friday. Because I have friends, classmates who tell me they support the SLP, but that is not gonna prevent them from supporting multi-talented jugglers. And this is what I mean, because like Al was saying earlier, when the elections is done, we will not see red and yellow. You understand? Everyone in St. Lucia, we're one family at the end of the day. So when people go ahead, I will always say that during election time, people will go ahead and do these things. But after that, when you see me, I see you, I will tell you hello. If you don't tell me hello, still that's fine. If you don't hold a grudge against me after elections, that's you. Because I don't hold grudges. I don't hold grudges. So in the industry, you'll find these things. People fight you down. Even big promoters will still try to do that. But you don't let that get to you. You just focus on yourself. You pick yourself up and you take the next step. You don't skip the step. You don't skip a step. You take the next step. Whatever challenge comes, if you're gonna go through it, you go around it. But just make sure you get past that challenge to your next challenge.
Some wonderful words of encouragement, empowering basically to young persons out there who want to go into that industry or who are in that industry. So thank you so much on those words of encouragement, Chris. Definitely, I'm very sure it touched one person at least.
Yes.
It starts with one person and then we get the change. Yes. Oh, Jesus God. Prince Al said he touched him. He touched you there? What, you taking an injection?
So right now you're inspired by Chris.
Yeah,
yes.
Oh yeah.
It's a vibe.
Yeah, it's definitely a vibe.
Yes.
Also,
so right now we're going to move to our next special guest. She will give a quick introduction of herself.
Exactly.
Yeah, of course, the Honorable Senator Fortuna Belrose.
Yes.
And listening to Chris, it just brings back, brings me back to the basics. That we were all created on this earth for a purpose. And when we find our purpose and we find our passion, we go after it without having to worry, about anything. Yes, there'll be people and obstacles in the way, and sometimes they come to provide you with that additional oomph and energy, you understand, to move in the direction that you're supposed to be going. Because nothing really comes easy, you understand. And when you achieve it easily, look at those children who are probably very rich, and how they appreciate what they have. Look at those of us who have struggled to get where we are and how we're very protective, you understand, and would fight for what we have because we recognize that we had to work, we had to go through a process, you understand, and we continue to go through that process to make sure we have what we have. So when I listen to the stories, nothing comes easy. there are always going to be challenges. And sometimes the challenges come from the people who are closest to you. And so you need now to know how to work those relationships. That's where the maturity comes. That's where the competency comes to enable you, to be great, at what you do. So, I think there will always be challenges, but it's how best or how good we are in terms of riding those waves, as we climb the ladder of success, And I really want to say hats off to you guys. I don't really go to fetes. Everybody know that,
But you always under fire.
But I listen, and of course I'm always on the fire for
Yes,
Club of
always.
Fire. Just because of Chris, I must admit. yeah. But the guys have been very good, and in terms of keeping the crowd going, you don't really have an audience in there, but you're able to pull us virtually. And I think the vibes are really good. The energy is good. The spirit is good, and what we see from you guys, great stuff coming out of our country, and we should be proud of that. So I'm happy that you're doing your tour this year. And of course it'll be even greater greater exposure for you, and also greater exposure for our country, which is what we have. And we know that St. Lucia is a place of budding and a lot of talent. And so we really want to congratulate you and commend you on the work that you're doing, and continue to inspire others. When you look at the stories of the others who have gone before you, the Darren Sammys, yes, he's not in music, but in terms of his achievements, Levin Spencer, you understand, all those are the persons who've done well in our society. That's where you guys are. It doesn't come easy. It's hard work. It's managing people around you. It's managing relationships, because it's how well you're able to manage those relationships that will see you through, ultimately in the end. So, great job, man. And keep going. Yeah.
Like my old friend always say, work hard today and achieve success tomorrow.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well done.
Most definitely. So first question goes to Senator Belrose, and it basically is asking what is in place in terms of creative industries for persons in the entertainment sector.
Right. Oh, there's a lot. At the Department of Culture and Creative Industries, what we do is encourage the artists to come in.
Okay.
We have somebody who is there to receive them, to welcome them, to engage them, to help them flesh out the ideas, and of course to provide support, for the various initiatives they want to undertake. That service is available, and so we have a very good guy who has been in the department for quite some time, in the person of Imran Emmanuel.
Okay.
And we've got a very professional team around him as well, the PS and the DPS, working to ensure that we deliver, you understand, to the artists what they rightfully deserve.
Okay.
But they must come ready. They must come in a state that they understand what it is they're doing. You understand? And then we can help them move to the next level quite easily. That support is there.
Okay, so if the person is just thinking of getting into the industry, is that support system?
Yes, it's available. It's available because the guidance is there in terms of where they go. Some people are not really ready yet. Others may be ready, and what we do, we can do the referrals to ensure that they get the attention that they deserve.
Okay.
We've got a good team on the ground to do that. So any artist who is budding, who is achieving, you name it, we cater for all different sectors, all different sections of the entertainment industry.
Okay. Is there anything in the pipelines upcoming that would basically, how we would see young people light the fire under young persons in order to come into the industry and get themselves exposed, or even they have talents and they're afraid of the camera, or they're just shy in order to sing out in public? Is there anything in the pipelines to encourage those persons, to motivate them?
Yeah, one of the things we've done recently was to realign the Cultural Development Foundation. As you know, we created the events company of St. Lucia to give more exposure to our artists, through the national events. And so we also felt that it was necessary to ensure that we do a lot of training in the various areas of the arts to ensure that the artists come up to scratch. And I think the Cultural Development Foundation has embraced that challenge. They've been doing some of that before, but there's a greater level of concentration now on exclusively training within the Cultural Development Foundation to ensure that the artists come through in the various areas. So if we recognize through the needs surveys that are being done on a regular basis that skills in music, whatever area that is needed, that support is available through the programming within the Cultural Development Foundation.
Okay, all right. In terms of culture, I know we have a lot of young persons who have forgotten our culture and speaking part of our heritage. Is there anything that is in the pipelines in order to awaken that aspect of our society that has fallen in terms of our culture?
Well, when it comes to culture, I think culture, as I always say, is the things we do. Is culture. Everything we do starts and ends with culture. And so it depends on what aspect of our culture we're talking about. The way we speak is our culture. So what aspect of the culture are you talking about?
You want to elaborate on that, Winston?
Yeah, what I'm getting from what you're trying to say is that our traditional culture, it's actually changing based on what society accepts right now. This modern era and millennials actually change our traditional culture. So it's actually changing. So where we used to have the Junior Creole, the Creole
a lot of our young persons don't even know the mothers, the Creole.
Do we have any program in place that keeps, that actually preserves this type of culture?
Well, one of the basic responsibilities of our Folk Research Center, Folk Research Organization, is to ensure that our traditions, you understand, are maintained within the society. And you see the manifestation of that when it comes to our Creole Heritage Month, where everything comes alive in terms of what we used to do, in years gone by. And so that celebration is there per annum. But importantly, I think what we want to do or what we are doing is trying to ensure that our community organizations, our groups, continue to perpetuate, the programming that would, support the culture in the way that it should.
Okay, so basically what I'm saying is that, so for example, if you meet a young person at the age of 25 now, and you speak to them in Creole, they look at you like, what you're saying?
Well,
right? So I'm asking, are we putting anything in place so the generations coming after, that they would know part of our heritage, part of our culture, that they will not be lost? Because now you find that there is a void between persons from 45 and 20 because they cannot communicate in our Creole language. So you find that we're losing part of who we are as St. Lucians. So that's
Well, we are losing in my culture, in my home. No, I think part of the responsibility we have, even within our homes as parents, is to teach our children our culture. And charity always begins at home when it comes to the culture. Within the school system too, we teach the culture. In fact, only recently our ministry met with the Ministry of Education to look at the whole question of our singing of our national anthem in Creole. It's there, we do it, but it's not something that is seen and heard every day. You understand? So we are there, and it's small steps that will take us there. But I think each of us as individuals have a responsibility, you understand, to our culture, and to ensure that we pass it on to the next generation. I know for myself what I have really and deliberately taken on in my section of the woods with my family is the whole question of the bouillon on Saturday. We eat nothing in my family other than a bouillon on a Saturday afternoon. That's our culture. That's so in terms of the food.
Going for lunch.
So each of us have a responsibility. Culture, it's all of us, that have the responsibility to pass on that tradition. Yes, within the schools we do it. And again, culture is what comes naturally to us. It's inherent. It's what we do and how we do it. So it's about how we teach, the teaching methods in schools, and how we relate, how we interact. All of that is our culture. And how we pass that on, how we choose to pass that on, is a manifestation of what we as citizens, would want to see going in the future. So all of us have a responsibility, and the government is there to facilitate that through its institutions, and of course through the services that it offers.
Because I also believe it has to do with parents as well. Because when I was younger, my parents would not speak to me in Creole. They would not speak to me. My mother would tell me, hey, behave, professor, this kind of thing. But have a conversation with me in Creole, no. My father would speak to me in English. And that has a lot to do with it as well.
Yes, but growing up, and I grew up in the 60s. And so for us, it was no patois in the home whatsoever. The only time we got to speak patois was when we went on my grandmother's estate in Millet. And what would have happened there is all the children in the area would come to hear us speak English. It was a big learning lesson for them, a big lesson period for them too. But I think we've gone past that to some extent. The Folk Research Center has been doing some good work too, in terms of teaching people the Creole, having the sessions. We do have a dictionary. So it's our responsibility.
That was a fantastic addition.
Yes.
We have 2 apps.
Yes.
2 dictionary apps right now.
Yes. And so the encouragement is there. We have a responsibility for ourselves too, as individuals, to equip ourselves with the skills. When Hakuma say upon patois, you know, and over the last 5 years, I must say my vocab has increased, you know, and I'm
Oh,
pretty
so you
happy.
couldn't speak it yet?
Oh, I could have spoken it, but I was not fluent. But I think now I can hold a conversation, although it's not apparent to be that way now.
And if you can say it in English, I can say it in Creole.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go.
Let's go.
So you on the spot? No.
Yeah.
Of course it's a vibe. Let's go.
Mais ma Jeffo. But il faut passer.
I also believe I think it's also in the constituency that you're from as well. Where
You think?
From?
Yeah, the city.
When you're from the country,
yeah.
Patois wed.
But we saw as I was
Kai patois gila. Shabin doesn't like to so that's the thing. You don't believe me? Shabin always like the Englishman. The dark skin was like me.
So real pali patois by Shabin. You hear Sky
country bookie.
No, but it's true. In years gone by, the city areas we didn't speak much Creole, but then the outer districts spoke, and that's why you had the country and how they call it, the country bookie and the tongue bookie or the country mouse.
There was a whole clash.
They were laughing, but they were laughing for a reason. But now I'm happy I can speak anything. I can say it in English.
Oh yes, you can say it in Creole. Yes. And what
I can come from 1 to 100. That's the first step.
Yes.
Wow.
And what I found too is that though people like in my generation couldn't speak it, but those who are after me, my children, my younger siblings, oh man, they're very fluent, you know, in the Creole. In fact, my son lives in New Jersey, and one time he went out, and lots of people. So the man began conversing with me in Creole, and I said, well, I could not believe that he was so fluent, you know, in the language, you know, and so I think it's about us doing what we have to do, you know, as parents and helping us. The culture cannot just be the government alone. You understand? All of us have each of us have a responsibility to teach our children, you understand, elements of our culture, you know, as we move on. You know, we can only do so much within the policy framework, but every citizen has a responsibility, you know, to facilitate and enable that legacy to go on in the way that it ought to.
Most definitely. Is there anything you'd like to add?
Me?
Yeah.
Start learning Creole.
Who does start learning Creole?
You.
Why would I start learning Creole?
Just pour commencer compter 10 pour vendre 50 bancs pas 10 pour compter.
Non. Massa parler pas toi.
20 30 40
Massa parler pas toi.
60 70 80 90 ensemble. Yes. How do you say light in Creole?
I don't know.
Light? Non-lumière, no?
Hey!
I don't believe you answer.
Yeah. How do you say radio in Patois?
I don't know.
Radio? Yeah, radio.
Anything I can say in English, I can say it in Creole.
How do you say left wing gorilla?
Yeah?
Left wing gorilla.
First time I had that name.
I always remember the left wing gorilla one because it was this guy Primus Hutchinson, I think, who was reading the news in Creole one time, and it was something about left wing gorillas, you know, in Iraq or Iran or somewhere, and he said macaque zelgosh. You know which is macaque zelgosh, left wing gorilla.
Macaque zelgosh. But it's still not macaque. You have to get the red Creole in for gorilla.
Yes, exactly.
It's still a monkey.
It's still a monkey, but it mentioned a type of monkey.
You have to get the French name now.
Exactly. Yeah. So bring it in.
Macaque zelgosh size.
Yes.
You probably be able to get that translation if you speak to somebody who's from French Canada.
But very important.
Very important. And the other point on that is too, I know a lot of teachers who actually use the Creole to translate, to bring across the English message to children within the school system. So there are some schools where the teachers would actually speak the Creole to them to make the point or teach the concept. You understand that, so the children can understand. So you know, we just have to take responsibility of us.
Madam Minister, starting with you, because you're Madam Minister, right? From now, anything you say it in Creole.
Okay, pas de problème.
Yes, so you can answer the question in English.
So when the question in Creole?
No, somebody I'm glad to go on Creole because he saw that for the book. Yeah. Après moi des questions. Yeah. Alright, di nou ki posisyon Gachebe, ki minister Gachebe a da gouvernement?
Au ministre là, moi c'est ministre Kilti et Creative Industries.
Creative, ça pas créole.
Creative Industries. So qui va organiser ça? Creative Industries.
Kachile. Oh, okay. Yeah. But my people, on a serious note, we should not be paying to speak our mother's language.
Absolutely.
Never.
Yeah, that's true.
Never.
And
I pay pour lui.
Well,
si
basically,
on pay pour lui, if acheter une langue, voilà, on n'y m'a pas là, on n'a pas les patates 24/7 ba. Money, oh no. The one thing first, why from VJ, if you fought North, every child growing up can speak Creole. Even my son who is 6, he says almost every single, even cousin Creole.
Yeah.
6-year-old. Because no capable. Even people might say Creole son harsh. Creole are just harsh.
Yeah, but that's true.
Creole is harsh. Creole is like your majesty. Majesty is harsh, you know. That's why the Creole language son harsh. Right?
Yeah, it's just
a
highly expressive language.
Yeah,
you know,
it is. Yeah, there are some things you can tell.
Don't feel anywhere, but Vili Medou ça c'est quoi ça sorti?
Yes.
Vili Medou ça pas attendre, n'a pas sorti.
Alors comment on va parler rough ban con?
Creole là just rough.
Because Medou
ça c'est rough.
Ça pas rough.
Vili Medou ça soupe no. My side sound that side.
But similar to that of the when the Russians speak as well.
Yeah.
When the Russians
speak in Russian, my brother?
No, I'm just saying.
I know that's what they speak.
But we worked in the cruise line industry.
I was in the cruise ship.
Oh, you're in the cruise ship?
Yes.
You have been in Slovenia?
Yeah, and when we actually went on the cruise ship, they told the other nationalities that, hey, don't mind the solutions. They're very expressive. They will express themselves.
Yes.
Especially when they speak in Creole.
Yes.
Don't mind. It's not a threat.
Yeah.
The Filipinos used to think that it's a threat because you will
And then they
speak
started to pay you to teach them the
I have a
language.
question for Madam Minister. I'm not only a Creole, I'm also comfortable with that. I'm not shy artist the segment qui can heal you part currently you pas enfant you femme you pour soin. On va quoi as gouvernement si la mi funds pour lui so ça reach out especially say artist qui a representer nous comme pas Buns might just say top artist là qui pas faire rien appraisement so ça rien reach garder dans ça arriver pour bailler un petit bail tous les mois ou bien bailler en place faire un petit bail faire aller en dispenser l'école là bailler un petit classe just un petit bail pour commencer puis au feel quoi you still up because trust me the segment c'est un bail qui go en la terre pas only cette ici but en la terre but I believe my believe gouvernement va faire assez bail
well on peut regarder environment là nous adorons.
Oui, c'est ça.
Nous n'y a open door policy.
Oui.
So toutes ces monde là maintenant là, ça vient en office là et parler bon.
Oui.
Nous assis et puis nous et nous raisonner et nous regarder qui manière nous ça aider yo.
Oui, but
parce nous et l'année in the last year.
L'année avant.
No, in the last year, in this year.
Pendant l'élection oui.
L'année Covid là. Où est manière nous ca try aider yo.
Oui.
Où ça où est manière nous ca mettre différentes activités. Friday. Virtual programme là c'est playlist 1, playlist 2. So l'année manière nous ca faire. Mais si le yoni l'autre ideas parce que ça c'est genre musique là very creative.
Non, moi ça un political musicien.
Oui.
Ma by the segment ça but na feel pain you na feel. But moi believe ou ça peut step là from what dia as a it's about a pretty quickly pour creativity parce que virtual on va faire là et trying let's say on the CEO Soufouye pour affaire de Soufouye Monica Suisse at least il peut say une fois deux fois par mois just pour feel gouvernement qui pour you alors ils font l'école ça faire anti classe anti musique mais il peut ça Creole il peut c'est de manière ça faire là just pour montrer gouvernement qui pour you moi believe ça way forward et ça cahier ça fait il paye pas go mais ti mettre là yo ka satisfait moi believe ça oui ça fait commencer moi même ça commencer mais ça artiste ensemble et dit hey l'école ça mon l'école ça dia demi mon l'école ça demi mon pour sur les Facebook les jeunes mon envie ensemble do bout qui m'a musique là commencer musique yo tout ça il paye pas go mais pitié yo ka moi believe yo ka apprécier il peut c'est grâce yo ka machine yo ka gagner des livres because now là il really weather yo et moi ka sorti parce que yo ka couiller moi dit qui a gouvernement ka fait et moi pas ça menti ba yo Moi ça vla m'ba yon place pour un step là, mais là m'di font petit bail, nous ça fait.
Oui.
Ou ça aide yo. Et trust moi, il peut c'est ça nous ça bail yo ça vient dans bail ka vini, yo kay planer que si yo pas planer ça ou pas ni. Mais si ça ou ni ça ka vini, ou ça planer pour lui. So moi believe si ça fait ça ensemble, comment dire s'ouvrir ba moi opportunité pour commencer mener ces top dernier segment là artistes ensemble, on ça couiller un meeting et puis on invite dans meeting là et regarder qui nous ça fait pour différencier le quoi là pour now cause madame iwed yo ka healer yo passer pour forme là, dès yo ka venir bon moi pour regarder pour yo bay ça moi ça fait. Comment il mobile si nous fait ça bay ces artistes là, il paye pas gros comment do, mais petit ça et c'est maman l'école là qui apprécier tout.
Oui.
Yo ka really espèce m'a parler pour c'est même lycée secondary school là les demande. C'est gentil mais la ka monter cause avant autant dans dernier segment ou attendre passer dernier avec cette liste caché déjà dernier segment because you apprécier yo. So on montre as head la gouvernement qui gouvernement ça là qui c'est l'autre la là on montre ces dernier segment là nous ka apprécier yo plus nous ka rich nous pas quitter yo rich pour nous on rich pour yo parce que ça pays et puis a représenter ça changer on pas vient tout pandémique ça on pas monter Haiti. Et quand on parle de Haiti, premier bail où Haiti c'est en flag cette ici. Et il try acheter pour help pour traveler, il pas rien. Il pas jouer rien. Et si il y a côté ça nous là, il couille moins, il pas jouer rien. Et on passe dans ces gens qui a travelé plus pour représenter cette ici. On parle de South Africa pour représenter cette ici. Assis dans le gold chair as ambassadeur, même si pas ambassadeur, but at least quand on arrive, quand on regarde cette ici.
Oui. Mais now tell me do about là ni un gouvernement là ni ba yo ka créer process. Yeah?
Oui, madame.
Bagay pas ça fait boum boum.
Boum boum non.
Yeah? Non. Boum boum. Non, nous pas ça fait comme ça.
Madame.
Mais si avec ma soeur qui process on pas servi pour m'aider, mais là ni timeline pour which you can m'aider ça ouvrir et papier bail papier ani pour fait pour ça joindre ça besoin. Mais point on ka porter about pour porter ces artistes là ça c'est bon idée. Problème là moi comme ministre toujours ni c'est moi toujours dis ces artistes là yo ni pour forme koyo à l'organisation. Oui, so dernier segment perfect. Si dernier segment ni organisation yo ça bon. Si ou ça c'est reggae artiste là ni ça yo ça bon. On serve so nous serve là ni un groupe qui can represent interest là of artists là. Now as it is now Lani on call Association of Musicians, quite a large organization. Like massive qui reach you need.
But large a dépend en les Covid fini.
Right.
C'est ça.
Yes. Mais et puis Covid actuellement, on peut veiller manier bail là.
Oui, mais
pour on ka porter about porter on l'école tout ça bon.
Oui.
Mais on est pas assise fait plan.
Pour faire plaisir à madame ministre, pour faire plaisir à les hot c'est ministre, right? Moi ça veut dire on va travailler dans monde là, even moi même. Ou ka oublier monde ça net phone ou ka un call pour la call pour là ou ba monde ça pour mettre ouvrir jeune monde ça ordia. Donc on ka faire pour plaisir. Là ni monde en on c'est ici, même si c'est voluntary. Comme moi-même ça a commencé pour bailler moun ça temps bailler moun ça OK al mon faire ça mener ces derniers segments là artistes ensemble nous regarder qui nous va commencer plus mais là pour point challenge là as a ministre pas quoi les bagaille fait because on top dans les places on top plus beau bail pour garder pour mais si vous bailler un jeune monde ou savent qui intéressé en musique là responsabilité à pour faire ça des bail qui marcher top primaire moi puis c'est ça si ça n'a bien science mais qu'on a ouais mais pour prendre risque par rapport même il est difficile pour faire because tant l'autre monde qui pas much pour faire as un gouvernement let l'idée il gagne plus de temps pour expliquer monde ça point être mené en l'état blabla et regarder mon ça mené faut un monde et pour même aller à faire as ministre il pas fini temps pas ni monde ça gagne plus de temps parce qu'il pas fait
ça bon
so moi believe et like create group ça moi même create group ça parce que moi voulais fait c'est artiste là qui a souffert et moi believe nous il peut pas go comme on dit nous ça rich peu c'est DJ Kahil parce que pas être un chien c'est monde ça qui a dépendre ça pour soin famille un chien il wed madame il wed on savent il wed so nous regarder ça nous a fait oui là chose ça mon frère c'est moi vieux poste pour dire ça artiste là ministre Fortune Abelos email épouseur.
Oui.
Moi aimer les cousins. Ti viens me dire comme ça me pour Rasta MC ça qui a pour représenter cette ici encore. Et premier bail ouais là il fait avec jacket li pour avoir flag cette ici. Cette ici maman cette ici gouvernement en mouche c'est artiste là c'est jeune talent that nous ka apprécier yo. Absolument. Yo mis en chai pour nous. Regardez crime dans cas en pays là. Et veut qui ça yo vini veut qui ça yo vini pour faire pays. Yo vini ensemble. et yo circule vidéo. Et après vidéo ça fait la pièce match crime pour faire. Parce que moun tan voit yo, monsieur c'est ici en double crime là, ça a fait ça, c'est bon fait ça, slide fait ça, big up slide the artist who started that trend, who posted and everybody shared them, and after that everything calmed down. Even that guy Don Chorus from he's from Guyana but he's in St. Lucia. He have his music showing different prop firearm, and he was one of the second person who came out and do his video. He don't believe in the violence, but that type of music he can sing to send himself forward. There's nothing wrong in that, but we need to stop the violence, and the artists are the most voice. I don't even believe the government of St. Lucia have more voice than the artists when it comes to the young people with the crime solution in St. Lucia.
And I agree with you on that one.
I don't believe there is.
I agree with you on that one, and not only the singers, but even those who draw.
Even those who draw.
They are the creative areas. And I say that because if I look at the Marshall area.
Yes.
After this young man died, what's his name? Cassie Boom died.
Yes.
Cassius Glasgow.
Yeah. Very influential.
After the killing.
After he was killed, then crime has. When I say crime has gone down, but murders have gone down in that constituency significantly. You understand? And the celebration of his life on the wall of that constituency, I think spoke to a lot of young people.
Yes.
They were just calling by the droves saying thank you, because he did not die in vain. You know, he left a legacy in terms of training young people, and engaging them, and looking at them.
Yes,
so the entire country celebrated that. He was a great model, for young people. So your point is well taken. I think the artists, perhaps for a long time have been left to languish. COVID has made it even more difficult.
And I tell you, it's hard on the
we are trying. But I think we can. There's some things that we can do. And your period is coming up in terms of the Creole Heritage Month.
Yes.
I can tell you there will be celebrations.
Yes.
You understand for that one.
So
that's something that is being programmed.
We have people with sight and people with ideas who can reach them. And I tell you, man, it's not. As if I could have cried, I would have cried. I'm feeling sorry for the artists. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad.
So, but you can have them eat Macaboo.
Huh? Yeah, they can eat anything. Macaboo, and if you give them a little stipend, they can eat Macaboo, and if you give them a little stipend, they'll be able to buy a saltfish.
Yes.
So, Madam Minister, I'm pleading with you again. If you want, I'm saying it on air.
Don't
want to be me. I can get the artists, the people like those that have the voice. People are looking up to them. You can just pay a redeem, and a primary school child will give you a pass on that. Because they care. And I'm seeing it clear enough. After the last week, after the artists made those videos, I have not heard any shooting or killing after that. But that means it meant a lot to them.
The impact.
So that means we need to show the love and the appreciation of our top artists in St. Lucia, including the DJs. Not only singing people, art and craft and things.
Influencers.
Yes, influencers. Yes. Let us show some. I'm not saying that you're not doing enough, but I believe there's different ways that we could reach to them and make them put something in. Because trust me, I know most of them will be happy to go to the different schools because they'll feel great, they'll feel celebrated as well.
Absolutely.
So we need to put something in place for them. As I think they want to be big one, a little month, you give them a little stipend next month. But I don't want to reach to all artists. But eventually,
the process starts.
There is top artists that has represented us, and I know they're crying. They need our help.
And I agree. I think it's something that we can work on, and particularly as we come in towards the end of the school term as well, there are opportunities to engage them.
Have little competition in the school.
Yes.
Let's say Sly go to the primary school 2 times for the week. Creole come there, make a little have one of them singing one of Sly's song in Creole, a little competition. Next 2 months you have one of those child in those schools have their own song already.
Definitely.
Yes.
They freestyle.
They freestyle. They have that thing already. And this is what, as I say, I'm not blaming the government for any of those. We as Lucian, we care for the artists. Let us come out and put our voice out and show them we care. Let us show them encouragement. Let us put things on the table for them. We embrace them because they are very important to us. Without artists, I enjoy myself.
Well, it's true, and I think you would have seen the explosion in terms of the artistic fraternity in the last few years.
Yes,
I mean, the creation of events in Lucia to really give them the stage. Yes, it has.
What to them?
Oh man,
you and all that.
Yes.
So my people, let us. I believe that the Shas love the local culture. He love it. And I believe if he here and I go to him myself, I'm gonna set the appointment. And I want you to be there when that appointment taking place. And I will bring some of the I'm telling you. I'll bring some of the artists. we'll list together. We'll list together, see how we can go about the school. At least we're not giving them something and not doing something.
Yes. Now,
something.
Yeah. Now the thing is, there you come in with an excellent suggestion.
Yes.
Why isn't there a proposal coming in from you all with respect to exactly what you're talking about?
Maybe they don't.
That is what y'all do.
Maybe they're so
sometimes
they're so stressed and they don't know how to go about
because our
dealing with that
system
stress.
facilitates those things.
Yes,
so
I
you need to come through.
I will start it
we are
from-
there to create the framework, and it's there
and
for you
support
to
financially too. I know that from the government.
Yeah, so you come in.
So we go as the body and
we are there, and you will see.
Yeah, you do the body work.
Okay, so definitely we're seeing that. Okay, the opportunity is there for the group.
Yeah, the opportunity is there.
So the challenge is now on you.
Someone to
yes,
lead the
it
charge.
will be on me.
It's on you.
St. Lucia, all artists, top artists, respectful artists that represent St. Lucia, contact me. The minister want to support us in the right way, and in the right way they supporting y'all to give back to the youth, give back to the children, so they can be a top artist when you're gone. Like
inspire
and empower.
So we need to do it, and it can happen, man. And it happens so easily,
Yeah, it can happen, and that's why we need organization and structure. I keep telling you, it can't just happen boom boom.
And one thing I want the government to sponsor that for me. And I'm saying live on air. You see all the violence that happen right now there. I want all artists in St. Lucia to create a song about this violence, how to make them stop and give them a prize.
That's right.
Yes.
With the own creative, the own reading,
that.
the own
I think that's a fantastic
idea.
So
I think that's a fantastic event.
By
idea
next week,
which can be utilized.
by next week, I'll put the flyer out. Now I will contact you. Let us hear what price we can.
So that's two ideas you have: go to the schools
we
and
can work on the
flyer.
Okay, exactly.
This is where that's why they call us
multi-talented.
Because Grimes, Lynn,
my brother will work on the talent. We put out.
He could do that. He could work on the flyer. So if that is something possible, we could get on it as soon as tonight. Get a preview of the flyer, send it to everybody, and then when it's about to start, we add the rest of the details, what price, this, that, and the other, and encourage every segment artist to do
So
this.
as I'm speaking right now, the more I speak, the more I speak, the more I get two ideas. So in reaching that right now, the artists have to go to one studio. So you from the south, you from the south, use a studio from the south. You from Denrinoff, there's enough studio in Denrinoff. So at the end of the day, those studio that creating all the time, not sleeping and things. So they get a little step of what we're creating. Madam, you supporting me 100%, right?
I support the idea of the artists getting going.
All right.
Yeah, I support
so the
that.
artist in here we go. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to be that show without even knowing. I dreamt of that show, you know. If Madam Senator Belrose, just me. Madam, you'll not be senator next election, you know.
I hope so.
No, I'm telling you, you'll not be senator. And as serious artist in St. Lucia, that flyer will be out. How soon you can do a flyer for me?
We can get the flyer as soon as tonight.
Give us tonight. I'll save the information. Madam Minister, when I come to you, the price we don't want to be too big. Real strong creative or stop the violence in St. Lucia. All right? And if they can create a little video, much better too.
Absolutely.
And that video can only play on Sky FM and GVTV, and the winner will judge there. Or we can give the winner on Flag of Fire Friday.
But we want to do something for the entire country.
So it's for the entire country.
Okay, hold on. We do have a call coming in. Hello, good afternoon, caller.
Hello, good afternoon. Good show, man. I enjoy especially you have, with what the Honorable Senator Fortuna Belrose there. This is a woman that cares about the youth. And I know for sure, I know this year she's going to begin with a big victory. And that victory going to represent the youth of St. Lucia. Because she have a love and a passion for culture in this country. And I know with that show, and she and that show there, I just fall in love with that show. And to make it worse, this year I hope the young people in East Castries will go out and vote for Fortuna Belrose for a change. 25 years of Philip Jape here, he has never done anything for East Castries. And I agree with her. The only person that is to help the youth voluntarily is Kasibo. And finally, he has left her. I know for sure. I want to see that.
Caller, hold on. He left us and he put us in somebody with much better vision, with more integrity, Senator Fortuna Belrose. So we're still in great hands. Thank you, caller.
Yes, of course. But she needs the youth to support her by getting into office and making things even better. Because Philip Jape is a waste of time. I'm not afraid to say it. He's a waste of time. He wasted 25 years you know, as a minister, and the minister representing each caste, the man ain't do nothing, you know. And if you listen to the man, well, I don't want to say lies because he has done nothing for his caste, and he needs to go, and this is the time for him to bow out of office. Give the youth a chance. You understand? Because he do nothing across the board for anybody. You understand? The only thing those guys there for, in power, are not doing nothing and making the youth suffer. And with that program, it will go a long way. And Notoya, I think that is your name, and the two young men with you there. In fact, all the people on the show. Kudos, man.
Thank you so much, Colin.
Thank you. And I think one of the critical things we have to look at, and you know, just as you mentioned Castries East, what we did in Castries East is, you know, there's a wall into the Minderville Park. And we looked at all the artists in there, and the DJs, and like HP, and you know, Pringles, and all of those outstanding people who've come from the constituency. We put them on to celebrate them, because we believe that we have the hub for entertainment. Yes, you have the Dennery segment on the other side, but we believe that we have the hub for entertainment. We have a melting pot, you know, of everything, you know, inside of Castries East, and we are showcasing that, you know, for the world to see.
Definitely.
And like I said to the young people, that is what we want to explode. We have it in us. It is there. You know, we need the opportunity to explode that, you know, so people can see what it is that Castries East is really all about. That talent is just waiting, you know, to exhale. You know, it is there.
Definitely.
I can see it in your eyes, man.
Yes,
There's definitely the passion.
And I'm telling you, with you, there's no going back. Last time the people they had two minds, and I'm not blaming them for somebody that came to them, but this time you can test out. Yes, we need the rose to
it's very clear. It's very clear.
It is. And we are 2 minutes before we end our program. Boss Al does have to big up a few persons before, and then we do our final words. But definitely this show was very informative, exciting, a lot of laughter. The only thing we missed was our lunch from Joshua.
Not the lunch, I only
That's true. And I'll have to bring some pork as well.
Yes, I'll bring no pork.
And one thing, the show was actually too short, you know, because I wanted to ask Senator
a few more questions.
Yes, about her journey, her challenges, and all that.
We can try to fit it in 5 minutes. Let's work with 5 minutes. You'll have 5 minutes to ask her those questions. I'll do your big ups now, please, and then let's get into
I shouldn't blame
5
boss.
minutes.
I'll big up you because what's up? Yeah, I like your smile. Huh? It's amazing. Let me give you a little thing. So amazing that the world was changed. I wonder if God is a woman, but you know she's a star. She protect Castries East like a star. Oh, but I don't know. Your song coming out. I go do a song for you.
Okay.
All right. Let me do my big up right now there. Phone pas tomber sous play, WhatsApp. Alright, I must big up Dino's Nails and Beauty Spa. That's in Vieux-Fort, one of the best nail stick you can get in the world or the south. You can contact on 713-4615, that's in the south. So soon you go a PS date, et ouvre un bon petit nails, just link up Boss Dino. Alright, and again, Shan's Beauty Styles, that's in Caroline. Alright, young business people again trying to do ends meet for their own selves. So support that. You can contact at 489-5150. Alright, again it's for your nails, your hair, your massage and all. Ujakonet Boss Allen does those people and all my Jean.
Alright, and I'm going to turn the mic over to Winston so he can ask Senator a few questions, and then we wrap up the program. I suspect we might have to have a part 2 to this program. But yeah, you have roughly 5 minutes.
So just give us a quick insight on your journey from school until now. Just a quick summary of your
of who I am. Fortuna Belrose. I was born in Castries, of course, and of course lived in the Castries area. I lived in Waterworks and also Lastic Hill. Son far away from the Minderville Park, where as a child, that's where I spent most of my time. On the field, honing skills in athletics, track and field, football, cricket. I played everything. And being the only girl among 6 boys, I had no choice than to play the male-dominated sports with my brothers. I also played netball, of course, intensely, but I got to represent my country in lawn tennis. And in those days, tennis was supposed to be a bourgeois sport. I was no bourgeois. I was just determined to be part of the team and the elite, and I got there. And that's why I believe if the fire is in you, there'll be nothing stopping you. You'll find a way, to break through and get there. I went to the Methodist Infant School. I also went to the St. Lucia SD Academy that also nurtured a lot of the talent too. We had creative sessions on a Friday where young people were singing and doing drama and all kinds of events on show. And then, of course, from there I went on to the St. Lucia A-Level College at the time. It's now Stafford Lewis, but I was in the Division of Arts at the A-Level College. Once I left the A-Level College, I went to work in the Ministry of Sports. I got a job in government. And at that time, the government was creating the Department of Youth and Sports. So I went in there as a youth and sports officer, but really still competitive as an athlete, and of course, being in sports, I got a chance now to lead many teams across St. Lucia. So by the time I was 25 years old, I had been halfway around the world already, and that's why I say to people, you can live your dreams, and the community of Castries East, with all what is there for the citizenry, any child can come through and burst through the scenes in that constituency. So nobody should feel intimidated or shy, nobody should feel disenfranchised, because what we should do always is to open up the pathways, for people to succeed. And that's what I grew up in. Pathways open, and if you're good, you go through, and we want to continue that, but not stifle people. And so when you stifle people's desire for celebration, you stifle people's desire for recognition, it impacts the whole community. And so you would have heard in the last, I don't want to bring it up here, but you would have heard in the last few weeks the name of Romanus Lancico. This was a guy who really worked community. And so, but then he was suppressed. His name was suppressed. His achievements were suppressed, but he lived in the hearts of the people. And that's why today his name is coming through, for the world to hear. And so we must never suppress. We must always look to elevate and empower and encourage, people to be, just to be, and that's the background I came from. Always had opportunity. My mother was not rich. My mother worked at Lafayette for a number of years, earning $485. I earned more money than her when I got my first paycheck. So, and then my father lived in England, but I had a stepfather as well. But I'm saying to you that it's not about what you have, it's how you understand, as an individual, use the little that you have, you understand, to benefit yourselves and those around you. And that is the background that I came from in the city. That's where I was raised in Castries East, and that's what I believe I bring back, you understand, to that community. Because people need to know that all is not lost. We can achieve if we want to achieve. And what we have to do as legislators is to open up the doors so people can come through, so artists can shine, our students can shine. That's what we need to do, and give people those opportunities.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for taking a quick trip down to history in terms of who you are and how you become who you are now today. So thank you so much. This was definitely an exciting show.
Yes, it was. And to cut it short, I really wanted the young people to hear that side of her.
Of me, okay. Yeah, because they always seem to know the formal side of this lady. No, I'm very relaxed, Yes. I chill all the time,
Yeah, I know. She normally chills with me by the field watching cricket.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's true.
Yes.
So it's always
good. That's why I met her.
It's always good to put that other side out there, the human side.
Yeah, the human side. Yes. And I raise 3 children as well. Yeah, I've got 3 children who have all gone on to achieve their goals. I have one son here who's still here, but he's in the tourism industry, and he believes that's where his passion is, and so he's waiting for the industry to open back up again, to get going. But my daughter has gone on, she works with the 911 service in New Jersey, and being voted the best, person in the system. This is a major achievement. She went to school in the U.S. She played for her school, won a tournament, the tennis tournament for Brooklyn College. They had not won since 1985, but they came through with her being part of that team, to win that championship, and that's what she brought. And the year they won, Ricky T was in town. So Ricky T played at the college, you understand? And boy, the college went wild, you know? So, I mean, you know, it's about opening the doors for your youngsters. You know, everybody is born with a gift. God doesn't make mistakes, you know? He knows what he's doing. So when he puts you there with that fire in you, you need to go with that passion, because you're going to be lighting the way for others as well, you know, as you go on in terms of trying to achieve what you want to, or you have to.
Nice closing words though, very nice. Is there anything else you'd like to say, Winston?
Yes, I must say we had some great guests on the show today.
Yes.
We had this remarkable Joshua, you know, Little Bean, Chris, and fiery Al.
Oh, they're not fiery.
Oh, yeah.
They're not even fiery. I don't know what to go like.
Makabu Al, right? That's what it is.
Volcano erupting.
Yes.
Yes, yes. And our lovely lady here, you know, Honorable Senator Fortuna Belrose.
Yes.
Yes. So thank you very much for being here today. Thank you very much.
Sonita Fortuna Belrose.
Honor.
Bodi Apatwa.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So thank you so much for tuning in, for staying with us on the Extra Minutes.
Yes.
This was another segment of Let Me Tell You, Youth Empowerment. Definitely next week we don't even know what we do next week yet, but we'll bring you vibes again as always.
Yes.
Hopefully it's not Winston being greedy on somebody's farm, but
I think next week we'll go into sports and food.
No, next week we're going to go into sports
and education.
because yes, and then let's try to focus on something else, because we already have to do a behind the scenes at Boss Al.
Yes.
With the pork and the boudet and everything. We having a pass for the campaign, because that one wanted a pass for campaign earlier on in the show.
Yeah.
Okay, alright, he said we have it, so then we have it. Alright, so thank you so much for tuning in. This is where we take our leave of absence and say goodbye. And hopefully by next week we'll have the night segment.
Yes, we're featuring Joshua Harrow. Yes.
Taboom!
Alright, thank you very much for tuning in. Goodbye.
Thank you very much, and Sendubule.
And see you guys on Friday night, of course.
Of course, where we feature Sean, who is the current Youth Fest winner.
It's a vibe.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
I am Natoya, and this is where I say goodbye.
Bye.
Fire Fridays.
Yep.
I want to say welcome to each and everybody. Talk to friends, share the live. We're having some fun tonight again, alright? Fire Fridays. Fire Fridays. Fire Fridays. Yes, we come to party. Fire Fridays. Fire Fridays. Fire Fridays. Yes, we party. Take your car, look your car, take your car, look your car, take your car. Boom, 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 hey. When you see my pressure leave up,
back it up and then cock it up. Turn around, let me jack it up. Make sure the bumper don't give up. Juke the bumper started to top. When the music started to drop, left to right, baby, like come up. Roll the bumper like a big truck. Spark the bumper like a creeper. Catch the bumper like a keeper. Play the thing, girl, like a guitar. Watch the thing like babysitter. Sit on it like 14-seater. Pimp on it, girl, like a ladder. Some girls say bad, but you bad. And when you went on it, girl, me wonder.
a big bumper na cause it's a small bumper.
Hi everyone, I'm Amira Sere and I'm a student at the Monico Passios Combined School. I'm in grade 6 and my teacher is Miss Stanislaus. My favorite subject would be math. I don't normally like it, but my teacher makes it finds a way to make it fun. I also love the positive quote she put up all over the walls. It reminds me to keep going. Also, the new wing is very impressive. The balcony is very large. So at break time, I can eat my snack and go for a nice little walk. I also like the size of the classroom, so I'm not sticking on anybody because 6 feet apart. Before, it was a rocky ride coming to school when I normally take the bus, but now the drivers don't have any complaints now that the district rep fixed it. Before, it was like a rocky, stony road. The road, but now that they fixed it with some concrete and nice tools, it's a smooth ride. I may even fall asleep.
Thank you, Dr. Rigobert.
We've moved security from 112 to 119 million. We've moved youth and sports from 4.7 million to 7.1 million, and that does not include the money at NLA. We've moved equity from 54 million to 62 million, and we've moved agriculture from 25 million to 28 million. Mr. Speaker, this is where the money has gone. We have not backed down from our responsibilities to the people of this country, and nor we ever will, because we have an ambition to build a new St. Lucia for everyone in this country.
What separates us is our ability to recognize your needs and to work towards addressing them. Providing opportunities, dreaming big, and delivering bigger. What separates us is passionate representation, meticulous guarding of our social and economic indicators, and working with and for you during the most trying time in recorded history. What separates us is a cabinet guided by God for the protection, progress, and prosperity of our St. Lucia. The United Workers' Party. Let's keep working.